to touch the capital. Thank God the time is short. And yes, you always do that one thing, 'cause when you throw and trash me under, yeah, drink. I'm trying to figure out what that means. I took it as a taunt.
I will tell your story. All of the grief and all the
What?
What's the temperature
What's
like
going
for you that you turned your
on? What's
AC
going
off
on?
today?
How we doing? Still haven't fixed the thing there.
But when it's
What's up,
cold enough
Adamly?
that I can
How are
open the
you?
windows, I turn it off.
Yeah,
It's been getting in the 60s, 70s here at night.
we've been in
57
the
here this morning.
60s, 70s too.
Tonight was a little more
57?
cold. Like I actually had I woke up in the middle of the night and actually had a blanket on. I was like, fuck, must be cold.
Oh, dude, when I
It was
came out, I was
54.
like, man, my living room's chilly.
54 in Jersey.
Yeah, it's 57 here.
Yeah, it's 62 in Philly right now.
No. I checked the temperature at the house in Pennsylvania, 42 degrees.
ADTX
Sounds about right
Alpha
for the
Delta Tango
Poconos.
X-ray announcing pricing
Yeah.
of $20 million.
My wife is like, did you turn the heat on? I'm like,
offering
no.
of 3.33 million.
Pipe's gonna
No one's
freeze?
there. Why would you turn the heat on?
At,
Well, I don't want the pipes to
Here's
freeze.
looking very
Not a
masculine
share.
today.
No. I
At
checked.
Alpha
The inside
Delta
temperature
Tango
was still
Why?
65 inside the house.
Winter is on its way, guys.
Addicts dropping here $5.
Yeah, Devin's going to go down to what, 75?
Shut up, dude. We're hitting 70s already.
Oh my God. Get a sweater.
We are 70 degrees right now. This is sweater weather, bro.
From the yesterday's closing price, Alpha Delta Tango
Oh,
X-ray.
you're such a pansy.
I think my nipples are a little hard.
That has nothing to do with the weather.
Funny
Take the
story, my
clamp
nipples are actually a little hard, just to let you guys know.
Take the clamps off.
Oh shit, that's right. I left them on from last night, Steve.
Thought I had it.
Can't leave them on too long. They leave marks. Megan might start asking questions.
What the fuck is it?
What's going on in the market? I didn't log in. Is a SPY at 200 yet?
Is this even a
Getting
word?
there.
Pale?
Nice.
Paler?
$3.2 trillion worth of options expired today.
What is it? Power?
Markets are kind of getting decimated.
Baker? Is it pair? Patter? No, it'd be two D's. Passer? No, it'd be two S's. Panner? Tried Panner. Paxer? Yeah. I guess we'll try pair. I don't even think this is a
Keep
word.
raising interest rates and the economy isn't going
The
down.
fuck is
It's not an
pair?
issue.
Right?
Is inflation still going up?
Our rates? Yeah. Well, you'll find out next week for sure.
A small sharp knife used in
When
paring
that owl
fruits?
speaks.
Paring fruits?
Yay!
Pair. What the
Right.
fuck?
Did you
Never
hear
heard
my
of that
segment?
word ever.
Love it when that dude talks.
It'll be another dead market day.
What other word?
SJ Science
What other
Joy
letter
Hunting.
could I have
Well,
used?
the nice thing about when he talks, usually the market picks a direction.
Like, what other letters even make a word?
Three
I don't
down,
even
three
make sense.
left.
I mean, paler I've never heard of before.
Personally feel like today
Company,
the market will have to bounce
Thursday,
probably at the intro. What do you think? DT as our...
I don't
Oh,
know.
paver.
I just think it's down too much to just
I didn't
keep
even
going
see
down.
the.
I
Oh
think it's gonna
man,
have
yeah,
to
you're right.
retest and then
I should have
drop.
lost. I should have used paver.
Yeah,
Needs
that's
to, yes.
That's where the statement "hold my beer"
What do
comes
you mean
into play.
cheater?
Morning, Sandy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Outta
know.
here.
Without
I just
without any
totally didn't
news
even
to
think of
decimate the
paver.
market, I don't see it just.
I'm actually annoyed that I didn't see paver before I even guessed paler. I didn't even think. What is
I think
paler?
we'll
mean?
probably
I've never
go
even
back
heard of that
up,
word either.
retest 388 or so,
Unless-
and then
I mean,
Light in color. So it's literally so like you're
supposedly
paler
hedge
than
money
me.
is
I would have
extremely
never
short on the
assumed
market.
that
All
that's an
these
actual
options are
word.
bringing some weird volatility.
Or
to the
payer.
market.
Like
So
I've
they gotta
like who
figure out what they're gonna do with their positions.
a person or organization that gives
Mhm.
someone money.
Are they gonna
Oh, like they're
Cut
the
'em, hedge
payer.
'em, what are they gonna do?
Whatever.
watching AMD, it's interesting. It's not breaking down like the market did yet, which I think that leads to a possible jump in AMD.
I'm actually really surprised I
VIX is
didn't
still
see
pretty
paper.
low
I didn't get to
for how low the
V.
market
I don't
is.
know. That is
Apple's
kind of
just
weird.
on the market.
I was like in
It's
I was
broken
going
down
so
below
fast that I
yesterday's
never even got
low.
to the bottom of the
It's like
keyboard.
Yeah, but the iPhone releases today.
shit. Does it?
Does
I
anybody
don't pay
care?
attention to them.
No.
Not I, said the Devon.
Not I, said the Android user.
And I have
Power?
an iPhone, and I still
So
don't care.
David guessed PAWER.
switched to
I've never
Android.
heard of that word either.
There's no good
Do you have
Android
one of
anymore.
Do you have one of those upgrade for life plans? You can always get
A
a new
person who handles or
Me?
caresses
No.
in a
Dean
clumsy
has
or
that.
overfamiliar manner. What is going
Sounds like
on
a
with
rich people
these
thing.
with this stuff
people
I
have
today?
think
like
it
that.
is. Like I said, Dean has that.
I guess you guys couldn't see
Rich
that.
No,
people like
it's
to
a
have the
ri-
newest. They like to have the newest of the new, even if they don't even know what the fuck it means.
It's a rich
That's
people
what Dean
thing
is.
and a poor
Do they-
people thing because
Oh,
they
I
want
know.
the stuff that they can't afford.
Yeah, but
But
they
the
want.
Those are
Yeah,
things.
but they want the.
Those are things that
bragging rights.
bothered me about him at first because I found it to be cocky. But I'm like, you know what, dude? He's earned his right to be cocky, so let him be fucking cocky. I mean,
Well,
you
he's only
made
cocky if
yourself
he
your
walks around and
millions.
goes, "Look, I got the new iPhone." Of course, he may do that. Rich people tend to do that.
Understand why
And
these
he
days.
does do that type of shit.
And I don't
God.
care, but I don't understand why.
They're like, no, take the picture of mine. Mine's the newest.
This
It's
makes
the
it
best
look
one.
weird.
It's the best one. It's just none better. There's none better than this one. It's got the best camera.
God, I tell
I'm
him,
like,
shut
alright,
the fuck
cool.
up.
Trump, your
I
father?
just say that's cool, Dean.
I didn't know Trump was your father-in-law.
Trump is my freaking father-in-law, dude. If you could visualize Trump as not Trump, but he's just another dude,
By the
that
way,
is Dean.
he
Dean
did guess
is
paper.
motherfucking Trump.
It was his first one that he
You
got.
think I'm kidding? They joke about it all the time.
I feel like
Dean
an
is
idiot for
Trump.
not guessing it.
So I guess it's just a rich
They-
person.
See,
They are two peas
walks
in a
around
pod.
carrying women like a six pack.
I used to. Now he's gotten old and he's kind of chilled out a little bit, but. And the difference between the two of them is Dean's not famous. He's just rich. But he does act a lot like Papa Trump.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey yo.
So
And
what
yes,
is
I
this
thought-
quad witching?
What is it?
Yeah.
ET knows.
Here, I'll post a picture for
Is this one of those weird things where Bitcoin aligns with the moon or something?
you. No. It's
The
when
moon
all
cycle?
when all four contracts in the market end. It's 3.2 trillion today. It's pretty high.
So like that's option shit.
Options and futures.
So they all end
Today.
like
They expire
today.
today, so you
Oh.
either got to roll them over. In
Oh, so
futures, you
there's
can roll over.
sometimes
Yeah.
there's sometimes options and stuff like there's weeks that they don't expire. So like it's like a different expiration.
So there.
Oh.
That's... The monthly contracts and stock futures contracts end every quarter, so there's
Right.
4 a year. Yeah, so they
Okay,
all
okay.
of them line up to the end. So you either got to roll over your futures contract, which is extremely expensive if you got a ton. It's like $1,000 like per contract.
Right. What do I need to know what quad witching
Or
is?
you got to hedge against it. Whatever their game plan is.
It's so funny. I was watching a video the other day,
Whatever. I don't know.
and some guy was talking
All I know
about
is it
that you
brings a
need
lot
to
of
know what the overall
relative-
market's doing, or else you're not a real trader. And I was just like thinking to myself, oh, guess I'm not a real trader. I mean, like I'll know kind of what the overall market's doing, but it never affects my trades.
So in futures, like the contract ends today, but no one's trading it really right now, unless you're closing a position or something. Everyone's doing the December contract is the next one.
Oh, EMD's already getting that bounce I was talking about, fucker.
AMD? Is that what you said?
Yeah. That's what I was waiting for, it to dip into this range again, down here at 75, and fuck.
1 minute to
already
the
happened.
U.S. market
Yeah.
open.
And yes, I was up way too early today.
Yeah, you were, dude. I don't see you message that early in the room. I'm like,
I actually woke up at a normal time today. It was kind of nice. I actually slept longer than 4 hours.
I woke up at 4 a.m. Is that normal?
at your time, probably. Because you go to bed at fucking 8 o'clock, you fucking grandma.
I do.
Well, he has
So
to.
I'm
That's
up
like
in bed,
11
but
o'clock
she's-
for us.
Yeah.
I know. It's like 11 o'clock for you guys, and we wake up at the same time. I wake up earlier than you guys.
I
30
know, we go to
seconds.
bed. I know, but logically to go to bed.
30
If I
seconds,
would have
30
bed at 8
seconds.
o'clock,
September
oh, fuck.
15th, entered into business loan agreement with the city
Good
of
luck,
Canton,
guys.
Ohio, pursuant to which the
We'll see if
company
it brings
borrowed
more
$5 million
volatility to the market.
and
I'll
then
be
took
the
the
judge of
last
that.
45
I am
cents.
volatility trading, not you. Just kidding. I mean, I am, but just being funny. Good luck, everybody.
Get her, dude.
Ding ding.
See if the spy top 410.
JAN Jan 1
Quite the gap
terms
down,
What
actually.
the fuck? Every
Someone
trigger I
said
have to the
that you
downside
read
is
out
going
for
off.
November.
Oh yeah, look at the gap down on the SPY.
AMD didn't. I'll keep an eye on that.
I'd actually be kind of surprised if it doesn't try to go up and
Because
fill
of
the
Jan
gap.
1 spiking here.
That was my theory.
$2.69 up 31 cents. That's Juliet Alpha November.
I was just saying, I think we start the day with the push up first. That's a big gap down.
LM just went up and stopped.
This. Oh, AMD, man, what's she doing, bro?
Random. LM is crazy.
Amazon's just tanking. What stock, Chad?
SLM, it's really, you don't want to look at it. It's not doing anything. The spread's
Oh,
crazy.
shit. Oh, AMD, what the
What's
fuck? Everything's
what's
just
up with the?
crashing.
Take a look at GoGo. What's up with that random 3.1 million in volume bar?
Yeah, that makes no sense, does it?
The price didn't move at all. That's weird. I guess it was like one of those behind the scenes block orders.
And there's HDSN that's kind of making a move,
HDSN.
but volume sucks.
Because I wasn't ready for that on AMD.
No.
Look
Fubo's
at that
down.
shit. Dying.
HDSN. Fubo is dropping. It's only like 15 cents, but HDSN.
Hmm.
You guys have shorts on CFVI? I don't.
$140,000.
LOL.
FDX FedEx shares now down about 24% after the open. 156.11 the low.
My gapper list looks awesome.
Dow
Pretty
Jones
bad.
Industrial average down more than 1%
Go.
after the
That might be
open. S&P 500 down
trying
more
to
than
do
1.5%.
something.
down more than
It's just so
1%.
weird because look at the
Nasdaq
volume.
Composite down 1.5%.
on go-go.
Yeah, it's like fake.
Oh yeah, there's no volume there.
Yeah, all the volume is like two candles.
What does
Russian
that mean?
central bank cuts
Crow.
interest rates to 7.5%.
I don't understand why the bigger move has no volume. That's so
Basis
weird.
points.
Yeah, I would maybe avoid that too.
JWN looks like shit too.
Weirdly, I don't see any pre-market volume. Like, does anybody?
No.
It's like it just opened up here. It didn't work its way there.
What, go?
Yeah.
No, there's. Well, yeah,
volume, but it's
there's
very
volume,
low
but yeah, the
There's not
price is
one
weird.
candle though. There's no candles.
No.
LABD is, I guess, an index or something, but if you can trade it, it might be worth
Yes.
looking at.
Yes, Goldman Sachs set to face Fed review of money-losing
And
consumer unit.
biotech 3x.
I'm watching
Sandy.
CHPT just to see if that bounces from here.
Jay died.
Can you trade LABD, Jag?
No, I don't have anything.
So that actually looks like the only decent move so far.
What is that, like reverse of something? Or
LABD if you can trade M.
That's a biotech
maybe
something.
the SPY. It looks like it's doing what the SPY is doing, but going up and SPY's going down.
LABD?
Mm-hmm.
So, it says it's S&P Biotech
RBLX.
Air
Yeah,
3x.
Okay. So that explains the SPY is dropping, it's going up.
GDT is
HPT.
long Roblox.
Who is?
Assuming he's long. GDT. Roblox, RBLX. Well, it's like the same kind of move, just the opposite way.
Oh, I got you. No shit, that is a big move down. That's not on
They
the
just died
radar.
out of the gate, huh?
I just don't long stuff anymore. I am not good at it. I don't care if it's the same thing. Just that you could reverse this chart, and the fact that I know I'm actually longing it, it would not. It still would just not be right.
Like it will go bad. Hmm. Well, this is a fun day.
Yeah, this quad witching's bringing some major volatility to the market.
Yeah, dude, this is crazy, bro.
It's not necessarily at the open.
Yeah, if anything, you would think it'd be
Dollar
like
on
power
half.
hour.
What are you
Plus,
watching,
you would always
Jaggy?
think that if you wouldn't wait to the last minute to do what you need to do.
Or people are red on a position and they're just hoping.
Yeah.
People never do that.
But this makes it interesting with that amount of money that has to be dealt with today.
How much was it? 43 trillion?
3.2
Or
trillion.
3.2 trillion? Sorry.
That's from Goldman Sachs, so who knows if it's more. I would say it's probably more.
What about the large caps? Nothing's moving. I mean, Amazon, I mean, they're all
So
just
in
following the
Ensonic,
SPY for the most part.
Biotherapeutic share is very
They're
high
just chopping
volume
around.
now, following that announcement.
And I
of
don't
the
fully
reverse
quite
stock
get the
split
coalition
to take effect
coalition.
on Monday. and the
coalition
Oscar November
between
30%
moving your
off.
option contracts around and making the stock market move.
Yeah, I've never understood that. And
I-
unless it's a
some of it I
day like
get
today.
because of the buying and selling of contracts affects things because of the 100, you have to have 100 shares, that kind of thing. I don't fully understand it. I've never cared enough to look into it.
Uber off the bottom.
Yeah, I have it up. I'd want that up through 32. You home today, Thomas?
Uber up.
Yes.
Tell by the mic.
Is Thomas a robot?
I am a robot.
Just very low.
No, you're good.
No, you're totally fine. It's just, when you're busy, you do one-word
Report
answers.
calls cut to junk by
Sorry.
What are you watching,
S&P.
Devin? Because I got nothing.
that from Bloomberg.
Assuming charge point.
He's gone. He's not even listening.
Calls,
Oh,
dipping.
he's focusing. I
Yeah,
bet you he's
open.
short charge point. He said he was watching it. It did that thing that he does where it goes up the VWAP and rejects.
Yeah.
I bet you he got in and now he's along for the ride. I'm sure it'll work out and he'll come back and he'll be like, oh my God, that was hairy.
Let go,
I was in way too big. I was in way too big. But I made a lot of money.
Sound like Trump.
FedEx continuing to fall here.
I hope he's not
Now
in it because that's not looking too good.
22 at the low. Foxtrot Delta X-ray.
It would. I will say right now though, if he is in this still, that goes against everything that he was just saying the other day about how he would just cut it right away.
Yeah.
But I already knew that was a joke. It like that's his plan in his head, but he never executes it that way. He always ends up adding to it,
Yes.
which
He
is
does that.
fine. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just in his head he thinks he's never going to take a big loss because he always cuts it quick, but when he's adding, he's already down more than the amount that he thinks that at the beginning of that trade he's going to possibly lose. So it's like it makes no sense. Because then, like, what if it never comes back after that?
Yeah.
It's like it's impossible for you to only lose 20, $50, bro.
But amazingly, a lot of the time it works out for him. So
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy. He definitely. Dude, I was being serious when I said it. I was like, dude, you're just a phenomenon. I don't understand. You see things that we clearly don't
HKD,
because everything seems to always work for you.
Shares halted on a
Trading a
second
65, 70% win strat at 95%.
I remember trying to figure that out, and I'm like, there's just something.
No, Devin.
Delta.
RBLX $$ on rest.
From his charts that he
AMTD,
posts.
AMTD idea group pumping here on some volume.
Well,
From
I'm not
Delta,
saying Devin
Delta.
doesn't show us everything, but I'm pretty sure he
At
doesn't
GDT.
talk about all his trades. Like, and I don't even mean that from a perspective that he takes big losses and doesn't show us. I think it's more of like he'll take dumb trades that end up break even or something and just won't say anything about them.
3.6 million shares priced at $2 per share. Kilo November
Yeah,
whiskey,
I mean, I don't really
NXL,
know. I could
excellent
be lying through my
technology,
teeth.
2.3 million priced at $4.15 per share.
I'm sure we all take a
IMTE
trade here or
trying?
there. There's just no need to be posted. You don't talk about it.
Guess it really. The thing is, it wouldn't even
Coming up
be
at 10 a.m.
for our
Michigan
benefit.
consumer
You know, it's
sentiment
really
for
for his own
September,
benefit
expecting
to hold himself
60.
responsible. Because if you take a trade that was dumb and you don't have anyone to call you out on it, and you're just like, oh, I'm just going to hide it so no one says anything about it, like you're just going to forget about it too. When in reality, if it was a dumb trade, you know, the whole point of being in here is to have someone tell you that it was a dumb trade.
That's what I love about this room, because we will definitely tell you about it.
you have shorts on Elsid. Would need a little bit more, but
Yeah, we got plenty of shares there.
starting to extend a little bit, get up around 17, maybe 1680 might be worthwhile. So starting to chop now, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a little
$16.
slower. I know. What did you get out at? Like 30 something?
PRUG, Bright Minds
I'd have to
Biosciences
look it up
popping
or something
here
like that. I don't know.
on volume.
Just under
Delta
100%
Romeo Uniform
profit.
Golf up 8% now.
It could have been more if I got out early
IMTE up
during the
189K.
What was that 2021 EV craze? Or was that 2020?
Watching IMTE, I don't remember, to be honest, as far as the Lucid.
I don't think I have. I don't think so.
Order cancelled.
Tried to get filled at the highs there. Didn't get anything. Rather 175, to be honest, but Didn't feel like it was gonna get there. It's not. Son of a bitch.
IMTE partial. Go go go. LOL. You took my shares, you jerk.
NW shares actually
Would have been
trading
a
out
quick,
on IPO. That was
It's
up
what
a
I
bit
do.
10
on the
cents.
pink sheets. Shares at $2.47 now.
I would assume Devin had to get an ad, and he's green at this point. Can't see him starting that too much lower than this.
Yeah.
Looks like I sold it.
A and D too.
I sold at 55.
Oh, so you're up at the top almost. Yeah, 55 was basically the top.
Almost, yeah. $55.71. No, 55.17.
Put your glasses on. So my guess is he's going to end up in a break-even trade if it
Drug
starts to go
45K.
higher. He's going to take a small loss on his remaining shares because he was looking for the bigger breakdown. Or he'll come back and after it breaks down, I just made a lot of money. Well, I'm over goal. That's what I'll say. We should start taking bets on what he's going to say. He's either going to break even and like sound super upset about it with that like low tone voice, or he's going to come back and be like, I just made a lot of money. I'm over goal.
Discord poll.
Can we do this?
Can you do? Yeah, you can do polls. You might need a bot for it, but
Is GDT still in Roblox?
No. Lucid is trying.
DRUG, Bright Minds.
LCID up.
Spiking here.
Carrot.
47, up 15%. Delta Romeo Uniform Golf.
apparently straw poll. Straw poll is a bot that uses those polls.
Autofilled.
Trying Lucid.
Nibble. No shares there for me.
It was a nice move right there.
Yeah, giving it room up through 17, obviously. Got a feeling we'll at least attempt to pull back before we go through, but what do I know? Pretty straight up move.
Autofilled.
LCID.
Order cancelled.
Dollar on way.
You in this, Thomas?
Yes.
Shares
How,
of
how,
Lucid
how you got a
popping
long way
here on
already?
call activity.
You got what?
India Delta.
I said, how is he dollar on way already?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I hate when he does that because then he makes me feel like it's one of them ones where it's gonna be annoying. It's like he sees something that we don't see.
But he's a teacher. He should tell you what it is.
Yeah, you'd think.
That's my point. Not going to give out those final secrets.
What's your average on it, Thomas?
1701.
So you and him are about the same.
Yeah. Assuming we hit both the same jiggles there.
Yeah. I know if I had shorts, I would have been. too.
Admittedly.
You guys, are you talking about Lucid?
Yeah.
Drug NTB.
MTE back up.
Yep. 200 a day. D.
Oh, I wish I would have got an ad. You get your ad up there, Thomas? I know you like to hit those.
Go.
Order partially filled.
A nice
Order
drop
filled.
right there. And he breaks through that 9. He keeps going. Breaks through there. You can get down to 1670.
LCID dollar.
ERUG, Bright Minds, more new highs now up 30%. Delta Romeo Uniform Golf. Shares of Johnson & Johnson spiking here to the highs. 166.94, seeing the
Order filled.
September 167.50 calls on J&J.
Where did he trade? Well, he traded Elsid,
November Juliet.
and he's out already.
If he was in checkpoint, that thing would have worked really well if he was still in it. He had to, Devin, you had to be in something else. Why'd you mute us? We weren't even like really talking.
Oh, there's nothing going on. They were very quiet.
Sorry, man, I went pee. No, I was. Everybody was just talking a lot right there, and I was trying to focus on what AMD was doing, and it was
Did
too
you
much
get
talking.
anything?
No, I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
You weren't in
literally
charge
just
point?
shopping. I haven't even looked at charge point. What, short? No, that would have to
Yeah.
be much higher.
Looked like you with the VWAP thing.
And not at the bell, dude. I would love to short that if it was up higher. Like, nothing really moved at the bell, and nothing still is moving except for LCID, which is
Really don't
what got
want
my
this
attention.
to go back through my average, which is gonna
That
suck
actually
because
did
I feel like it's gonna
something.
poke through.
I wish Go-Go would go a
If
little bit.
if it were to go lower, it's probably gonna poke through a little
I
bit
took that
first.
one off because it looks stupid. Amazon's starting to break down. Ugh. Not a big fan of that one. Nothing got to where I wanted it to for my shorts, and nothing is really doing anything at the bottom but just fucking hanging out.
Order cancelled.
Take it off.
Exactly.
Order
All
filled.
out of Lucid. I'm not gonna mess with it.
I didn't make shit on Lucid, dude. That was the lamest fucking trade ever. I thought when I got the push over 17, it
LC
might
ID.
push up to 1730 and give me an ad. Didn't do that. Fucking,
I thought it was going to come down to like 1670.
HKD.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping
Zoom
for, but
after a
It came
price
right.
action
I had
told
that
us
little
different.
support line from the daily at
on the way
1690.
down now 157.
I got to push towards that, and I just said, fuck it.
39.
I didn't get an ad.
I couldn't even take it though, so at least you guys made a little something on it. I couldn't even take it. So
Every part of me wanted
Why
to
not
add
shorts?
shares right before that drop, just because like you could feel it was a little toppy there. But it's like
I agree with
so
you. I saw that.
yeah, but so many times, how many times you add right there and then it just shoots up through the highs and you're like, oh well, now I have an
Yeah,
extra
it feels
100
toppy,
shares.
and then it's like, haha, fuck
yeah,
you.
yep, yeah.
Yeah, I love that move. That's why I didn't add there either. I needed to push to 1730 or I wasn't going to add. Fucking Amazon, dude. This.
Uh-oh. God dang, did I say checkpoint again?
IT's charge point, 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 charge point.
Yeah, it started to.
Hey, did
it
you
looked like it
guys
was
see
going to,
that
so
trade
I was
Devin didn't
watching
take on
SPY.
checkpoint?
I'm watching Amazon, or not Amazon, but AMD. SPY really wouldn't push. AMD wouldn't push. Here we are.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
Nothing.
I just see I don't know, it just naturally looks like checkpoint to me.
I also it's going back.
It's still odd for me to hear people talk about Amazon as a stock because it's been.
I feel like it should be hard for you to hear people talking about LCID. Unless when you were in like
Yeah, I made my money.
$60 or something. I know.
Well, I got 100% return in one investment. Well, it was like 98 or 97%. It's 95. I got out at 55.17.
It's obviously hoping for much more out of this, but
like, yeah, got a little bit in
I feel
there.
like this should have been like a $20 trade, but just couldn't get the
Coming up,
move down.
Michigan consumer sentiment.
Dude, Amazon could have been such a good trade if it would have got above 123.50.
Expecting 60.
Bitch wouldn't do it. So, here
SPY is not moving up at the. SPY looks
Yeah,
pretty
our
bad.
theory did not happen.
No. I mean, I didn't say at the bell, but I mean, it's not looking good to fill the gap, period.
No,
at this
I just
point.
thought, dude, with a drop of what, 390 to $7 drop on the SPY and after hours in pre-market, there's got to be a push up, right?
You would think.
I have a line at 381.70-ish, 78-ish, 80-ish, whatever. I don't know. From a previous support area. Maybe it wants to test somewhere in this vicinity before. I don't know. It's annoying though, because AMD's not following it. It's just fucking hanging out in no man's land. Amazon's looking just like this buy.
59.5 on Michigan consumer sentiment. 59.5 consensus was 60 on Michigan.
All right, Shirley, you're too loud.
SP futures moving.
You stopped in your review as well. Watch a lot of market YouTube videos. Oh yeah, it's pretty much whenever I have spare time. It's pretty much what I'm doing. Like I'll play Rocket League here and there, but most of the time I'm attempting to
My headphones, I
further
think
my
Shirley, like,
knowledge
doing something
and
weird.
anything I can do to move forward with this, I'm attempting to do it. And I do spend a decent amount of time, you know, trying to figure out all the YouTube stuff and whatnot. By the way, 6K subscribers. Thanks to everyone who has subscribed. Appreciate the support. Don't forget to hit that join button right down below too. Support a little bit more, you know.
I gotta
You know?
say, Mark,
You know.
I love that all of your memes involve
Get a
frogs
cool
now.
cool role inside the Discord if you do that. You also if you do, that's just if you do the bottom one, it's $2. The mid level is $5, but then you get all the live streams that we do,
Funny
which is
stuff.
nice. And the high level, you get to pick my brain a little bit more when I'm not live.
KODK Kodak.
Here goes AMD.
If that matters to anybody.
Kilo Oscar Delta Kilo.
And you get cool little things next to your name.
Trying a little bit. Trying a little bit, huh?
For some reason.
I like all kinds of music except for like pure rap and like pure country.
Oh, yeah. It started to.
They're like the two things that I'm not a big fan of. Pop country I'm a
AMD's
fan
leading
of,
the
and then
spy
like
now.
more of your like hip hop rap
Consumer-
like I'm a fan of, but
consumer
like
sentiment
pure
report
country
came out.
and pure rap I'm not
Alright.
really a huge fan of.
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
But everything else I'm a big fan of. I'm actually a really big fan of
I don't know what that
dubstep.
means.
It's just they don't really. There's not a lot of new
It's people believing in the
dubstep coming out
economy.
because it
They,
kind of went through
interview
the
600
fad,
people a month
and
and ask
there
them
really
what they
hasn't been
600 random people a month.
people
Yep.
still making it as much. But Skrillex was obviously
They
really
believe the
good,
economy.
and then there's so many
That
other
seems
good
kind
ones.
of ignorant, though. Like, we're going to interview 600 random people. See
Random
what they
Democrats.
think.
They're random Democrats. Not random.
It's run by the
people, yeah.
University of Michigan, so
Drug
whoever,
maybe
I
YOLO
don't know,
potential.
are they mostly Democratic?
Yes.
Is Michigan demo? Dems?
Yes.
I don't know if
Much
they
about
interview
Michigan.
just from people in Michigan though, because
Wasn't Michigan one of the states where they had the back and forth? Like they weren't sure who was going to win?
Well, that's because if you go like outside the major cities in Michigan, they're Republican. But
That's like Nevada. Nevada's
Well,
super
that's-
liberal. Everywhere around us is not.
is all Democrat.
INS Pinterest.
that's everywhere in the
January
United States. If
$28
you look at the
polls.
Democrat
Papa
to
Indian,
Republican,
November
red to
Sandy.
you know,
And
red
big
to blue,
cities are always liberal and
fucking
democratic,
crazy.
and
Yep.
all the surrounding areas are all going to be Republican.
Yes. So around Michigan, the University of Michigan, it's all them. So unless they left their little bubble.
That's
Yeah.
weird. I've always, I mean, because you figure people that live
7-10
outside the
M
big
float
city
there.
are probably more like country folk or more
Country folk.
rural
Tree
people.
folk.
Those country
They're
folk.
like, well, it's a rural environment, you know. You're not big city. You're rural. You're more likely more Republican.
They're like hobbits.
It's funny because I live in a more rural area and less city, even though I'm in Vegas, and it's definitely more Republican out here.
SFIX
10:04 and all
shares
suck.
off the lows. The September
Dude, I'm watching AMD just in
23
horror.
$5
Like,
calls
what the hell is that chart?
on Sandy Foxtrot India X-ray.
I was debating on jumping in PDD. What was it, like 65.50?
I was just talking about the
Stop
Mexican
looking at
pizza with some
PDD.
other people, and
I debated it.
Taco Bell
And
app
I
just
said,
sent
no, I
me
can't. It's going to pop.
free Mexican pizza when you order
didn't.
delivery.
I could have got $1.
Fucking
There's no way I
scary.
could take it.
PDD just dropped. Whoa, dude, today would have been a day to trade PDD. How did I miss that?
You were watching AMD.
Fucking A, miss. No, I didn't even see it. Like, I didn't see the gap down on PDD. That's crazy. That's like 100% getting that bit short. Oh, that hurts. Swear to God, that wasn't even on my list.
How do you not look at PDD every day?
I stopped looking at it like a few days ago because I got sick of looking at that stupid ass stock. Not doing anything.
Lucid around 1780 would be nice.
Yeah, if it gets a nice pop.
Dude, it isn't even on my. It's not on my gap down list at all. What the fuck?
PDD.
Yeah, it's weird because that's a really nice gap down.
LCID again.
That's not on mine either.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't know how I would have found it. Well, I guess that's just one of those fucky situations. That's super lame.
INTC, Intel announcing
Lucid
new
could get
Intel
interesting.
processor for upcoming essential segment PCs. That's India November Tango Charlie.
I feel I would have shorted that too. That fucking sucks, man. Oh, Lucid. You be going? AMD be going? And everything be going now. Spy going?
AAOI getting
Yeah, a little
top
bit.
here
It's
on
up
volume.
$1
Alpha Oscar India.
from the
Applied
last
Optical
2
Electronics.
minutes. Actually, over $1.
HLIT through 12 might be
Company
okay.
yesterday announcing
AAOI up.
an agreement to sell
AAOI up.
Chinese manufacturing facilities,
AAOI up.
assets. That's Alpha Oscar India. BRUG, Bright Minds, more highs now, $1.73, up 34%.
What the hell is this
That's
DRUG
Romeo
doing
Uniform
today?
Golf.
Drug dollar.
Drug.
I think my little bananas. Cheapo.
So I got Stream Elements. Do I have to stream off that instead of OBS, even though I
Watching
use
AAOI,
OBS? No.
but I needed more out of it.
No, you shouldn't have had to download anything. The only
You
thing
win,
you,
Timmy.
you create the layouts, nothing. Watching Lucid, HLIT, HLIT, and this AAOI. None of them are worth
Oh,
getting in
HLIT's
yet.
looking a little-ish. No volume.
You make the layouts on Stream Elements website, and then you create
Looks
a
like
browser
Thomas would like
source
the look
in
of
your OBS, and you paste the
Yeah, I
URL
just
in the
pulled it up.
browser source.
And it's got your ski slope going.
Yeah, don't download. Dude,
Now you just need
Stream
that
Elements
frickin'
and Streamlabs,
takeoff.
like their downloaded version of
I'd
OPS
rather take
is
off on Lucid.
horrible.
Yeah.
Like it's a good idea,
Just 'cause I
but
have
it's
volume,
just
actually.
not. It doesn't
I
work
have
as
it.
well as
Yep.
OBS itself.
Yeah. Tough to take those with no volume, man.
Yeah, HLIT at
Ski slope
1220 would
doesn't
be
look-
amazing.
The ski slope doesn't look as good on Lucid, but you trained me to
Here's
spot
Trader,
this.
and another member of our
ski
broadcast team
slopes.
introducer there is Rachel Bonetta in the draft hall. Rachel, what's going on there?
Hi guys, this is my very first draft, not my first time in Vegas. I haven't been to Rodeo before. I'm so excited to be here. There's so many fans here, so excited. A couple's gonna be getting married on the stage later. I'm not sure who's marrying them. Elvis, Scott Hansen. I'll do it. I'll get ordained in Vegas real quick. I think it'll take like 5 minutes. But I got a fan right here. Jamie, you're clearly decked out. You're excited to be here. Who are you excited to see today?
You know, the fans have been amazing. The draft picks have been great. I've been waiting all this time to see you. Back here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I am out here.
And a shit ton on Elsa.
Follow, huh? Who we got following us? Does that pop up in the chat? Nope.
I'm gonna keep PDD up.
I was just watching that. I thought it was fun. Or I thought it might be. Oh, the follow. Follow, that's for Twitch.
You got 6,000. Congrats.
Thanks, Brad.
Oh, that was true? I thought he photoshopped it.
It's true.
You're such a dick.
Someone didn't get laid yesterday.
For real, congrats.
God.
No, you
Sometimes
said something about
DT
6K. This was the day before yesterday, and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I thought
DT catching me off guard with some of that shit. It's like, fuck. Because you're normally like pretty chill, but then you come out with something that's just kind of fucking brutal. It's just like, jeez,
well, oh, me?
dude.
I was totally joking.
I know, but it comes out funny as fuck. God, I
It's
thought
because
that
you
shit
don't
was
get to see. You don't
Photoshop.
get to see my face. Is the issue.
That's true.
DT, I was bowling with a guy last night, and I could have swore that he was you. Like, just his demeanor, the way he talked, like I couldn't stop looking at him. Like, he was tall and skinny. I was like, this
Are
is
you DT?
DT. I was like, if I ever met DT, I feel like this is the exact guy I'd meet.
That's funny.
Like, I
Also
know
his
he's
helmet.
not you, because like, he didn't look anything like you, but just like the way he talked and
Well, and he's in Maryland.
that's true.
Maryland's not that far away. So.
Yeah, but you gonna drive to Maryland to go bowling?
In a league every Thursday.
Maybe. Oh, not every Thursday. Fuck no.
Yeah, I was subbing last night.
Oh, Else is an asshole, dude.
If I still had my boat down there.
Yeah.
I almost threw 100 shares at Alcid. When it got there, it started jiggling. I was like, it's just 100. Go ahead, start it. And I couldn't get myself to do it.
What a
It's
prick,
just not your
dude.
trade,
That is
man.
the douchiest move ever.
You'll thank yourself in the future.
Yeah, that's a
I know.
douchey move, bro.
It was
That's
just
a
a
douchey move.
nibble. I wanted it at the 1780-ish.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Dude,
same.
I literally got my line at 1780 exactly.
My order would
I
have
was
been
like, yep, right there.
1777 just for the 777.
We all like the same area, but
Yeah, but mine had no reason other than it being 777.
are you serious?
Dude, I do that all the time. Like, there's times like something's going through $22, I'll put my order at 22.22 just because.
Shut up.
Yeah, I do. I totally do.
I used to
I'm
be
not
anal
kidding.
about that. I used to be anal about that when I traded, like trying to get out at like whole numbers, or I didn't like taking it at like a 21, so I tried to get exactly 20.
Oh, yeah,
Now
I don't care
give
about
a
that.
fuck.
I've never.
That was
done
when
that
my
or thought of
OCD was too in my head.
Should
I'd
live
be
a little,
pissed when I didn't
DT.
get the 20.
Live a little.
Yeah. Yeah, when it starts to jiggle, like if it doesn't get there, I'll drag it down. But that's like I'll always end up putting my orders. Like if there's an opportunity for it to be something silly, I always seem to do it. I don't know, it kind of keeps it interesting. Like there was one I remember trading not too long ago where I took a short. It was like in the $67 range, and I remember putting my take profit at 6666, just because.
Oh
I remember that one didn't work too well. I think I ended up losing on that trade.
That's
Them
what
higher
you
price
get
stocks.
for picking the devil's number.
Just them fucking higher price, higher or like bigger companies, man. I don't do well on them at all. This AAOI is trying. How many shares do we have on this? 125k. Yeah, this would have to like shoot up into 370 area.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's rough. That's a rough
Reuters
one.
reporting oil exports in Iraq's Boss report halted due to spillage.
And HLIT's just grinding higher.
Sources.
Yeah.
Pop through 12. could be
AAO
nice,
enable.
though.
I got one stupid ass shitty trade. Amazon's working its way back up to where I wanted it. Short. They got there fast.
Popping here now.
AMD's pushing finally, yeah.
High day. That made a new high.
Mm.
Came down a little bit, but it's
Crude
straight there.
spiking again. Reuters
How
reporting
sloppy
oil
that thing's
exports in
trading,
Iraq's
dude. I
Boss
can't
report
fucking touch it.
were halted due to spillage. That from oil sector resources.
Actually, I'll be right
Now
back. I gotta go drop the kids
at
off.
85.84, up 1.4%.
Mute you guys for a second. The dog's being a douche.
I'm assuming you guys are talking on his stream. I don't have it up. Oh, is he like trading from his bed? Assuming that's what that means. 2 sizable gaps as well. Look in the back. You're gonna make me pull them up. All right. Huh? I am not in a trade. Sure, go get it. Oh, is that like one of those mattress toppers? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the button on that.
S&P futures
watching, Jag?
continuing higher now, 38.82.
He went to take the kids to the pool.
Oh, I thought he said.
Is that like real?
26M float there for what it's worth.
Oh, that wasn't a joke.
Over half rotated.
Is he going poop? He is shitting. Not a joke. Thank you.
Think you are the only one messing with it? HLIT watching.
Oh, is it a straight mattress?
HLIT starts.
Looks like he's got a
Go,
mattress,
go, go.
then a mattress topper, and then some kind of a sheet on top of it. Can't really tell. The blue. What's the blue on top then? That's what that looks like. Sheets. Sheetless on your own mattress, I hope. Not some mattress that came with the room. Oh yeah, I was wondering what this was. I started cleaning off my shelf back there.
Canberra Energy
See if you
getting
can
up
see it
top
better
here.
here. Yeah.
Charlie Echo India.
I'm gonna actually move that. Try to make my background look a little cooler. I was actually thinking about painting that back wall. I just don't know what color I would paint it. I've always wanted to do like a black accent wall. Maybe I'll just do it, but the problem with that would be it wouldn't look right with the painting. Maybe I just paint the rest of the room black and this wall can be a white accent wall because it has the vinyl saying on it. I don't know. Then I got all that stuff. It'd be a lot of stuff to do just to paint it, especially because I have the LED strips up there. I haven't turned those on in quite some time.
Pins, maybe.
Even know if you got you. Yeah, you guys.
FMAO, Farmers and Merchants Bancorp, raising its dividend by
Does it actually change the complexion of the room and the colors change?
to 21 cents per
You
share.
take the kids to the pool already?
A little bit.
Yeah, they just fell right out.
Throw them out the window into the pool.
Yeah.
That's for the third quarter.
Trying to see it.
Foxtrot Michael Alpha Oscar.
Curious what this HLIT does at, let's see, what's the price? 21, 22? Yeah, 22.
It's because the bubble map shows something.
No, the daily. If you look around the beginning of 2022, it triple top there.
I got you. Nah, I literally pulled it up and saw it not moving. It's like, okay, I don't need to go any further.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not interested right here at all. Just a blanket. Can't go sheetless on the bed. Well, where's the sheet then? I like GDT. I didn't see no sheet. Hey, all 21 of you, hit the like button. Unless you already did, don't hit it again, because then obviously it'll unlike it. Hit it. Let's grow. Come on. Let's grow. Let's do it. I know my trade. I'm trying to make my trades bigger, guys. The market just sucks. The gray is the sheet. Well, I took you down. I mean, you know, 20 people watching should at least have like 75% hit the like button. I mean, you're sitting here. You got it up. Just do me the favor, man. It's free. Not really asking anything else. Anything extra, that's completely up to you. Just want the like. As the Graham Stephan dude, that dude literally like just begs for likes, but it works.
AAOI dollar.
Well, see? Yes. Got Bangkok to hit the like button. My day is complete. My day is complete. Could solve a Rubik's Cube while we sit here and do nothing. You guys probably can't even see it because I can show it to you before and after, I guess. I don't know. I haven't actually done the Rubik's Cube in a while. I just found it on my shelves over there, and I hadn't done it in a while. I had put it over
Vince
there.
would have been nice if it got through 50, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. But
All
no
right, so
such
first
luck.
step, I'll walk you through it. The first step is getting the yellow flower, I think is what they call it. They call it something. So you take the white middle,
just keeps going,
and you put yellow on each middle area, not the corners, just the middle. And then you need to find, so you need to find the same color as the middle one here and then the middle one here, which then correlates with the flower. And when you find that, you literally just flip it upside down. So what that's going to do is it's going to line up the whites or the yellows on the bottom. So let's do it with the red. Do it with the orange and the blue. So that gives us... Did I do that backwards? I did. It's supposed to be white with yellow. See, it's been a while. Okay. Because I was like, wait, now I have to solve for white, but that's backwards. So I have to do it, but just in reverse. It's supposed to look like this. You get the yellow. It's supposed to be a white cross, not the yellow cross. So I gotta redo it. So white, 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 and white. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. So you got the yellow middle with the white cross. Now we got to do where they match on the sides, like the oranges here. And then you just flip it over. You do that for all four colors. Red and blue. So now you're left with the white cross. Then there's just, I don't know, there's algos essentially where you line them up. So see how green is here, orange is here in the middle? And then this corner piece that has white on it has orange and green. So you got to put it in between those two. And then there's an algorithm that you use that will, oops, I went the wrong way. Okay, let's go all the way around. I get the cross back. There's an algorithm that you use that will put it in place on the white side. So see the orange and the green still in between, and now the white is on the bottom. And so then you'll take each one. So now we got the red and the green one, which is just going to be one move. So green, red, and then see the corner piece right there is red and green with the white on it. So then you just do the algorithm and it puts it in place. Then we find the other ones, which is this blue and orange, which is actually already in the right corner. So orange, blue, and then see how it's down there, blue and orange. You just do the algorithm until it works, puts it in place. And now it's in place. So we got one more, which is the blue and the red. Blue, red, or the white piece with blue and red is in the middle. And now you got a full white side. So then the next thing you got to solve is the bottom two rows. So how we do that is a little more difficult.
SR maybe.
Also,
Which one?
SR.
I got 30,000 shares there. Just pull the stickers off and be done.
I literally typed in SR because I missed the F. And I was like, Jack's
fine,
drinking
I'll just do
again.
it myself.
I did the same thing.
The thing with these two is you can't even pull the stickers off because they're not stickers. Jerk face.
As I pull something up, it just like stops moving.
This is an extraordinarily slow day.
What are you talking about, bro? It's quad witching. It's extremely volatile.
No, yeah, that's true. Forgot about the quad witch.
Dude, I'm so used to trading off of a 27-inch monitor. Now I'm on my 32-inch. I'd hate to see what GDT is on that 48.
49.
I'm on a 55.
40. Yeah. I feel like I got to look too far left and right now. Good Lord.
You're saying there is such thing as too big?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just makes it easier for my eyeballs to read.
Old man ass.
Yeah. You're right
He's
behind
like,
you,
yeah.
buddy.
I know. That's just telling Thomas said this morning. It's funny, you hit those 40s and like some random shit happens that you're just like, what? Not the way I felt before.
Worst thing about your eyesight is once it starts to fall, it falls quick.
No, dude, I've noticed like in the last year and a half, 2 years, like it's declined kind of quicker.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying quick like in a couple of months. I mean, it takes like every year.
Yeah,
you just
like
notice
years,
that it gets
but
worse.
yeah. No, it's not like it's like insane, but I just notice like I have more and more problems reading small shit.
Yeah, mine probably over the last 3 to 5 years got to the point where it's getting hard to read my phone, and it's already on big font.
Oh, that's my sister. She's in her 60s, but her phone has the biggest font you can have. It looks so funny.
Yeah, mine's not the biggest. I mean, I could read text messages fine, but like Google search or whatever.
No, her text messages are like extremely large. I always laugh at her, but I'm like, I'm probably
Just send
gonna
her
be there
extremely
too.
long text.
And it just takes up the whole damn screen for 2 sentences. It's funny. Damn, dude. Like, look at CHPT just sideways. I mean, PDD just sideways. Nothing's moving. You get anything yet, Jack?
Nope.
Sucks. Also, it looks like it might want to go higher.
Buy up a little bit.
Is there news on LSET or something that's moving?
Should be. It's moving.
Yeah, I would
saw was
imagine.
just,
Neo isn't doing this.
Price target's the only thing I saw, and I guess recent EV news from Biden shit.
Oh.
ESCA
I don't know
has
if that's
delayed
anything
signs long-term licensing
why
agreement
it's
with
moving, but
American
I would
Cornhole
gather
League.
that's
Echo Sandy
didn't
Charlie
look into
Alpha.
EV makers. I don't see a lot of news here.
No, it's nothing. Nothing I saw was substantial.
Yes. Yes, some days be like this, huh?
SHPH.
All right, we finally figured it
Shuttle
out.
Farmer getting a pop off the lows here and halted on a
Got
circuit
to
breaker.
the final
Heavy Hotel,
stage.
Papa
Where we go.
Hotel.
Couldn't get it.
$16.39.
I was having trouble remembering that next step. But...
AAOI rotated, and feels peppy.
Fight me, GDT.
AMD is making the slowest move
59K.
up that I've ever seen AMD make.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Thanks.
I've had your
The
PDD up all
drones.
morning now,
Thanks for
Jack.
the sub, man. Appreciate it.
Shit.
It's not looking so fucking good.
It looks awful.
Looks pretty damn bad.
Oh boy.
I'm hungry.
SR just keeps grinding higher, but like shit.
Okay, you got shares on that one, Jay?
Yeah, but like it's got to blow through 10 like right now to make it even worthwhile.
Did you say Fisker?
Where's Steve at? Everybody's taking the money and
out
putting
all.
it into this.
Screw it.
That was the best, man.
I was just reading the news.
And the funny thing is, you did not realize that was FSR. You were just saying that
Exactly.
company.
I didn't.
That was
No,
the
I was saying
funniest
FSR.
part.
I didn't realize it was Fisker. What Steve was
Yeah,
saying.
that was it.
Such a noob.
Steve's like, that's the company I'm short, asshole. Welcome to the room. That was the best entry into the room ever, man. That was like day one and shit.
Seems like no matter what Spotify playlist I use, I always seem to get some sort of copyright infringement thing. So I've kind of given up on trying to find ones that are DMCA free. So, I mean, they all say DMCA free, but then I get copyrighted on them.
Ukraine Zelensky tells Reuters 450 people found buried in newly liberated areas, but many others are buried at different sites, including people who were tortured and whole families. Says there's some evidence of war crimes committed by Russia in newly liberated areas of northeast Ukraine. Zelensky says he would only support reopening Russia ammonia exports through Ukraine if Moscow hands over Ukrainian prisoners of war. Doesn't think that Russia would conduct a tactical nuclear strike during this conflict, but it's impossible to predict what Russia will do. What Russia might do, says Zelensky, says doing a deal with Russia out of fear is the worst result possible. That's from Ukraine President Zelensky. Germany soccer body DFL to launch sale of $3.6 billion stake in Bundesliga media rights business towards the end of October. Private equity funds including CBC, Bain, KKR, EQT, Advent, Silver Lake, Blackstone, and Bridgepoint holding informal talks ahead of the auction. TTE, Total Energies, signs exploration and production sharing agreement for onshore Block 11 in Oman.
The excitement in the room today is overwhelming. Calm down, guys. Anybody jumping Elsaid for no apparent reason up here?
Bangkok. What's up, man? Thanks for the support. It's about time.
Dude, like, I need
Appreciate
AMD
it.
to push.
Now when you're in Discord, you'll have a cool little red tag on you for being a YouTube member. Thanks, man. ATTX to the downside. I'm just reading gun laws, waiting for the scanner to tell me to look at something.
SJ just died today.
What?
Yeah.
I'm not the trader, the stock.
I was like, what?
Yeah, he just
Appreciate
died
it, man.
stream. I forgot to tell you.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You get the cool little things next to your name. You get
You
your
ever
name
seen
changes in
Twitch
the
person
chat.
die on stream? It's crazy shit.
You're special now. You're so special.
I saw that earlier. That there was actually a stock called SJ. I was like, what's funny?
Died.
DTA. I was thinking about you this week. Why is your name DT? I don't think I've ever asked that.
Mine?
Yeah.
I've explained it. So
I mean,
I came
I
up
just
with
forgot.
so you know the answer to the universe 42.
Okay.
The computer that came up with that is called, so when they asked that question, the computer was called DT, or Deep Thought. So Deep Thought built a computer called Earth
42 and DT, that's the
so
alphabetical
my
equation.
full username is DT Earth, and it took 7.5 years to come up with the answer of 42.
Gotcha.
It's the long-winded answer. And then it just got shortened to DT.
I got you.
From when I played Eve online for like 5 years. And I don't know. I keep it because sometimes people will recognize, oh, you DT from such and such. I'm sure more people just go, oh, it's DT, that asshole.
IGC receiving FDA approval to start enrolling in their phase 2 Alzheimer's trial. That's from Clinical Trials website. Indy Golf Charlie. Shares moving on that.
Do I get to meet Devin?
IGC.
No. No, but you get free weeks access to his OnlyFans. IGC.
Heard that one. Wow.
About 30 something percent.
Order filled.
IGC.
They cure monkeypox with some THC or something.
Yes.
What?
IGC was this company that like literally would become whatever was the hot stock of the day.
I gotcha.
So like
Took
when
a
weed was
starter in
popular, they were a weed company. Then they became like a. You took a starter in IGC?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at you, boy. Then they like got into something to do with tea and I don't remember, dude.
Yeah, they were like putting THC in their drinks, and then they were, I forget, yeah, they were doing all kind of random weird stuff.
And then people would look them up, and they were this little shack of a building that was like close to Vesh's house. And it was like, what the fuck? And they had like 3 employees.
Sounds like a typical China stock.
Yeah, but they're not China.
Order filled.
They're in Maryland.
Outmost right there. Looking for this to go all the way back down. IGC.
Did you wackadoo that bitch?
It's 300 shares. I was expecting it, honestly, to try to go higher. But I essentially got the top.
You gotta Steve those mofos with like 3,000 shares.
One day.
That's the shit Steve does, man. He blows my mind. With those little guys, he'll really fucking size in.
What's up, James P? How are you?
I thought you were wearing an Eagles jersey for a second there.
No. Should be a fairly easy game this week. Playing the Jets and then Miami, so it's a pretty easy start for us.
Carrot chased.
He's getting desperate chasing.
I couldn't figure out what was moving on the wall in your background until I realized it was your graphics. You're looking skinnier though.
Yeah. So remember last week I said I got a little out of hand. These last couple days I kind of really made sure I nailed it.
Now your face looks and shoulders look skinnier.
Yeah, I'm back down to where I was at my low. I'm at 209 again.
Nice. You're gonna break that 200.
Yeah, I was hoping to do it by my birthday, but I
Canopy
don't think that's
Brooksing,
possible now. It's 11 days
call
away.
activity
9 pounds in
September
11 days is pushing it.
30th.
Go take a
$4
9-pound
calls
dump.
and Charlie Golf. Charlie.
I mean, I know I could do it if I really wanted to. I just don't really see the point. Like, I'm not going to force myself just because of a deadline. I'm not that interested in doing it like that quickly.
I think sometimes when you do it fast too, it's less likely to stay off.
Yeah. I mean, I'd agree with you in most cases, but this would literally just be to make a deadline. So even if I got back off track, you know, I don't think I would gain all 10 pounds back. I think it would be
all of
like,
it back.
yeah. Because I'm not going to just fall off the wagon. It would be just to meet a deadline, which that's why I'm not really interested.
I think you'd have to go so extreme that when you went back to normal, you'd go back above it. So it would just be kind of like, for what purpose?
Right.
You might as well just get there right and, you know, fucking actually lose the weight.
I agree. That's kind of why I'm not trying to think about it. But at the same time, it's like, oh, I'm so close. I could definitely do it. But I feel like the last week and a half, where I kind of fell off the boat a little. Not I didn't fall off the boat completely. Like I still wasn't overeating, but I was kind of, you know, eating more so what I wanted. Yeah. That would, if I wanted to hit my goal, I had to stop myself from doing that then. And I feel like I've kind of set myself back a little too far to make it possible by my birthday. Well, this IGC just died.
Are you still in that?
Yeah, I told you I was hoping this would go all the way back down.
I got a buddy who's like lost and gained weight so many times it's not even funny. But like he'll go from like 180, like literally 300 pounds, back to 180, back to 300, back to, and it's just like fucking like crazy how fast and quick he can gain and lose that weight. But I think that's why he never really loses it. He doesn't ever do it right. some sort of extreme, unattainable thing to do forever to lose it.
Yeah.
Then you just gains it right back. Fad diets don't work. You gotta change your lifestyle.
Yep. My big issue, as it's always been, is the kids. Like they're just, you know,
they want to eat shit.
Yeah, well, not just shit, but like it's like you kind of have to keep snacks in the house, and it's like they're good. Like they eat a lot of fruits, and my youngest will eat vegetables and stuff, but my oldest, he's a really picky eater, so it's like we do have like snacks in the house, and it's like we try to keep healthy snacks that he eats, like pita chips and, you know, like decent, like good stuff. But those things, it's like you think in your head, well, it's just pita chips, and then you sit there and you eat 2 or 3 servings of it, and before you know it, you've eaten calories enough for dinner, and you just had a snack
calories for the day.
yeah. And you're like, well, shit.
Yeah, that's the crazy shit. If you really start calculating calories, I mean, dude, if you
Yeah.
eat out pretty much anywhere, you've eaten your calories for 2 meals.
Yeah, it's
Go home.
ridiculous.
Nobody
My old
gives
business
you.
partner had 2 kids, and they never ate unhealthy snacks. They never had them in the house.
Yeah, good on them. I'm not that good.
No, I don't know how they did it.
I feel like you're
Pretty
coming
well.
for me, Tim.
Jesus, who's yelling? Oh, that's my house.
It's
You'll
IGC.
be down to
It
180
will
with me
eventually.
before you know it.
I need to eat more healthy.
I need to eat more healthy. I mean, I eat fairly healthy, but when I don't eat healthy, I really don't eat healthy.
Yeah, what's really been helping me is the intermittent fasting, because I've never been a big breakfast person, so like not eating until lunch has been fairly easy for me. And it's what
Yeah,
I did
no,
when
me
I
too.
lost all my weight the first time, so it's like I knew it was easy and possible.
That's cool. You gotta do what works for you.
And then there's
Oil
sometimes
spill in Iraq
where I don't
splash
even get
for
hungry at
huge
lunchtime.
efforts to
Like
contain
a
it
lot of times I get
projected
hungry
within a week.
now, but
That,
then lunchtime will come around and that
Reuters
feeling
sources now.
passes. So I'll just not even eat lunch sometimes, and then I'll just wait till dinner.
I wish I was hungry at breakfast.
Fuck you.
You guys have shorts on CFVI?
Didn't you ask that earlier? Yeah, we did.
It gets over 1250, 1260.
This IGC needs to break this 66. Keeps hitting it and it won't go through. I feel like when it does, it's gonna die.
Like, have this
I am
idea on
TE Go-Go.
AMD, and it's just not letting me trade it.
James P, thanks for the
Being
sub,
such
man.
a dick. One more dollar up on that move up.
Did you get into any of those FDX puts? No, I did not. Be the White Goodman of stock trading. Oh, we broke it. Go.
Nelson's just fucking hanging out.
Order filled.
There it is. That's what I was expecting.
There we go.
It's like, look what I did.
Do we go
Be a
for the
slow market
57?
day, dude. Market digesting what it's
At
happened.
least the 59? Why not?
LOL bounced off my order. Duh.
Back above
SHPH up big today.
67 is going to be my stop.
Ugh. It is up.
67,
that's-
67.
LNT for me.
Hello. Can you point me in the direction of a video you have that outlines your strat and what you look for? You know, I think I made one of these. Let me actually go back to my Twitch channel real quick and see if I type into my chat
Oh, Mo, huh?
Let's see. It actually works. Strat.
There it is, LOL, dollar.
Ooh. Come down and ask. Ah. Come on. Come on, ask.
Autofilled.
Yeah. That's what I was looking for. Where is that?
All out.
All out of IGC.
Okay, it did come all the way back down, huh?
It's IGC, man. It's just a matter of when, not if.
Hoo-hoo.
Yeah.
At Tim.
Yeah, that wouldn't. I mean, I could see that trade, man. Like that, because it moved enough, you know. Moved enough to actually give you some range. I'm just not totally, yeah. Share says wise, not comfortable with what I need to do there. You need to embrace my inner Steve.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I saw where the halt price was, and when I was getting in at 73, the halt price was at like 82, and I was half expecting it to try to get up there. So I was, yeah, I didn't want to just throw my load all at once. You know,
so
don't
did
look on
smaller, like
Twitch.
you've been
I just
doing,
went back to
but,
Twitch to see
never gave you the
if
push, huh?
I put it on there. Nah, I mean it was a decent push right out of the gate, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
What I yeah.
You wanted a little more.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, Twitch is pretty much no longer.
man.
I just want
You don't know.
it to
You might
be. I was
just
seeing
go
if it was
further
there.
on.
How do you know if Stream Elements worked?
It
What do you
proved
mean?
To be a piece of shit like it
On Stream
always
Elements,
has.
when you make a layout, there's a little thing in the bottom, like middle, where you can
That was
test
Cam the man's
alerts.
favorite stock in the world.
Yeah, that's why I have history with it.
Cam the man. That dude. He's still around, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's still making millions every day.
Shut the fuck up.
So
This
it's
SHPH is gonna go to $1 billion.
it's gonna make you cringe a little bit, but he shows his account and stuff now, like, and it's real money. He does. We just did this last time I checked on him.
Believe it. I just still don't believe it. Can't he fake it?
I mean, you could, but the thing is, he does it like live. Like when he does them stupid recaps that he does, like he does them live.
He's doing a 1K to $30 million challenge. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. This is that. You got me looking at one of his stupid videos.
I'll be right back.
Telephone.
It looks like he's trading with Thinkorswim.
Is this a YouTube guy?
Yeah.
He's a guy that we're pretty positive was BS, but and I mean, part of me wants to believe it's still BS, but at the same time, like I'd have to look again, but the couple, I want to say I looked at like 5 or 6 videos and scrolled through it. I mean, he shows the actual account number with, you know, the trades in there, and it's Cam the man.
Cam the man. CAM the man.
Yeah, I got it. Thought first you said Dan the man.
The only reason we know about him is because that's where me and Devin met
I can't read this fucking. I can't read any of this shit, dude. This is
Did you say can the man?
Cam, C-A-M.
Cam.
Cam.
Like a camera.
Yeah. David.
Derp.
I don't know. I tried to look at his thing. I can't read that shit. It's too fucking small. Have to do it on the computer. I will take your word for it.
I'm looking, James.
4K
I'm looking.
like expand it full screen.
You'd think I would save that as one of the top
of it and
ones,
look at it, and I
but
still
I
couldn't read
haven't.
it.
But I'm pretty positive I made
Oh, he did 1,000 to 5 million
Made
in
one
just
for
like
it.
20 days or something. Oh, 250 days. Okay. Okay, it took him almost a year to get to 5 million. I don't believe it. It's just.
I mean, my video yesterday that I made was basically describing what I look for. Like I think I described it like while I'm in the trade.
And if they could just trade with their full size.
And then
account,
somebody even asked me in the comments, like, well, what's the actual strategy?
$45 million
I
a
swear
year. Who cares?
I did this, and it wasn't that long ago. Let me look.
And at the bottom of his thing, he has a donate here. Why do we gotta donate to you, you rich motherfucker?
Well, that was the thing that always throws me off. It's like, what are you asking for donations? Why are you always pushing like the scanners and stuff? Like,
Yeah, like, you have so much money.
yeah, like if I was making that kind of money, like I'd still be affiliated with the stuff, but I would never be pushing it. I would just be like, if people ask questions about it, I'd answer them. That's it. Like I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, links down below and stuff like that. But it's like, well, I ain't making that kind of money right now.
Maybe he's just one of those dudes. It's like no matter how much money, it's not enough. Just keeps pushing for more.
I just think he's bullshit.
Day trading strategies for beginners. Oh no, that was different.
He's bullshit because he's got an empty bookshelf.
Trailing it.
Because I remember I had a stream and I kind of went on like a rant. I don't remember how long ago that was. I was hoping that one of my thumbnails or whatever would have given it away. I'm not seeing it.
We caught that dude in like literal lies. You know, when we were in his room. Which,
what's his,
why are you lying?
What's his style? What's his plan? Does he have one?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just like a buy support, sell resistance kind of thing.
I don't feel like watching videos to figure it out.
I just remember when we were like becoming better traders, like when we had already had our own Discord and like we were just chilling, that we would keep tabs on him, and then we would start to realize that like he's doing nothing special. I found what I was talking about, and it's not my strategy.
I can't remember it all.
But
remember, there's some stock that was falling like crazy.
That is the video
saying, like,
about like my trading journey, and I talk about the Dunning-Kruger effect.
Oh, I'm buying it. I'm buying it here. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna buy it.
But that is not.
And then the next day he said he didn't buy it, and I'm like,
God, look how good that curve looked before I ran into Tesla.
Then he's like, I didn't want anybody in the room to miss it, and I'm like,
when was this? April 5th? When did I run into Tesla? I feel like it was soon after that. Oh, this is just. I know this. Oh, this is since I started Nibbles. Oh yeah, I forgot to change.
Andy looked like he was like 12 at the time. He actually looks a little older now.
It's the 11th, I said. See if that matters. A little bit. still over 2.
Oh,
All right.
AMD all the way back down too.
Date.
All right, I'm gonna go prepare myself some food.
Some eggs.
Enjoy your eggs.
I will.
Let's see. Tesla was.
Yeah, Johnny, that's what I think too. That shit doesn't make sense. Sorry, I just read Johnny's thing.
So the one thing about that real quick is the teaching aspect of it. I don't mind that. And I guess that's because I feel like I see the merit behind it. Because I kind of eventually want to do it myself. And it's like if you do make it and you're legit, you know what you had to go through to get there. So if you are a person that likes to see others succeed and you want to try to help them out and you're not in it, for the money, it's no different than like a player from the NFL or NBA or MLB, like whatever, some professional sport that when they made it and their time is kind of dwindling down, or, obviously that's not the case in this because it's not a performance thing, but you can start to like help kind of give back and basically use what you know now to help others who are looking to start out. And these companies that are paying these coaches, to me, it's no different. However, the reason it gets such a bad rap in this industry is because you have so many people that have no fucking clue what they're talking about trying to teach people. But if you could have a way of knowing that someone who you're going to pay to teach you how to trade is legit, then why wouldn't you, right? Like when you're first starting, if you know that you can talk to somebody day in and day out about, and they're going to curve they're going to improve your learning curve that much, it'd be kind of silly not to do it. All right. It'd be like, it's no different than going to college. Like you can't learn about certain things at a fast pace on your own more so than you would at college if you had the correct professors that are literally dedicated to that topic. So I get it, but at the same time, I know that's not exactly what we're talking about because we're talking about CAM specifically, but the teaching aspect of it, regardless of how much money you've already made or how much money you are making, I can see how some people would still want to do that. And on top of that, you got to think from their mind, if they're teaching and getting paid for it, that's passive income. That's risk-free money that they're getting paid to teach something that they know and are an expertise in that subject. It's no different than being like a college professor or professional coach or college coach for that matter, whatever it is. That's just my view on
it.
Senator Warren calls
Look at
on
Mark.
Treasury to rein in
Mark is
crypto
funny
market.
as shit.
It is pretty funny.
This dude. And that's the reality, is 95% of the teachers are fucking scammers. I mean,
yeah, and that's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah.
The biggest problem
and the reality.
Yeah, the biggest problem with the trading industry and teaching is no one shows proof of anything because they don't have it. And in this day and age,
Cam does.
Well, take that for what it's worth. I don't know. That's kind of why it's an interesting topic. But I would like to do more research myself on that. But anyways, the thing is, in this day and age, everyone can easily show proof without giving away any personal information. It's so easy. It literally takes you 2 seconds to take a screenshot of something. Even Devin can do it. So like all you have to do is hide your account number and take a screenshot. It's so simple. Like there's no need to completely remove the account column. You can make it so small so that you can have one letter, one thing or whatever showing so that you can tell it's a real account and you screenshot the rest of it. No one can get into your account knowing one letter or one number. It's impossible.
Problem is there's so much, I don't know, falseness or whatever, scamming, that it's just too easy to even just fix the screenshot.
To lie that. Yeah, to fake that. I think that's
fake a
what
screenshot.
a lot of
So
people do.
fucking easy,
And that's where, and that's where live recaps come in because you can't do that. And that's what I'm saying. So many people that do that are the same people. Like, do you remember that in, what's his name? Mike, I forget, Investors Domain, I think it was.
Oh no,
I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it was Investors Domain, dude. He would literally start every video with a screenshot of his P&L, and it's like, dude, because then he would go from the screenshot of the P&L right into the software where he took the screenshot from. It's like, why can't you just show us where you got the screenshot from? It's like, and it's because it's bullshit. And he's been caught photoshopping shit before, so it's like, you know that that's what he's doing. So anytime you run into something and you think that's what's happening, it probably is. And that's the sad reality of the industry that we're in. Oh yeah, that's what I was checking, the Tesla.
Because there's money.
I was still scrolling. So the Tesla trades were it was April 26th. So it was like the end of April.
Majority of them bullshit.
Yeah, it's just false.
So it wasn't right after, but
it's easy to make money. People buy that shit.
If you're new, James, that Tesla day was just me being an idiot. I went on full tilt, and I lost a lot of money trying to go long on Tesla. That was the day that Elon sold all those shares, and I just got caught, and I kept trying to get in for the bounce, and it just never fucking bounced.
With you pretty easily.
36%.
Buy our face cream and you'll stay young. Bullshit.
Well, James, that's literally, if you go back to like my very first videos, I've literally posted a video screenshot like or something in the Discord like every single day.
I want to rub some cream on my eyes
so that you can
buttons in the morning,
tell that from the beginning I am completely legit. Plus, I'm not even really trading big size yet, so it's like
I'm gonna do it.
It'd be pretty silly to be making shit up trading this size. So the strat itself, I swear I had made.
I just want to get to the point where I make that $1 million in the 25 minutes.
A video
and
about it.
Not teach anybody and say fuck y'all. I'm going to the beach.
They've been strat.
That's my goal.
See if
Me and Mark will be hanging out there.
Oh, this is a really old video. I wonder if this is even like up to date. Let me see.
Just when I thought we would tight, Devin. It's all right, bro.
You can come.
What's up, traders?
I was just saying the market said he wants to take the money from the sheeps and let them learn from Ricky. So I was going with him like, yeah, fuck everybody else. Let's just make our money and go. I ain't teaching your asses.
Play today, but we're gonna go over some of them anyway to just kind of teach you what I'm looking for.
I personally think like good teachers would want to do one-on-one, not some, you know, shit, 20 bucks room and have 5,000 people in there, because you know you're making a new shit with that. You're not teaching anybody.
I wasn't watching this one live. I had already known I couldn't, play it short, so I wasn't watching it.
They
But
would do
I'm
one-on-one.
looking for this overextension. I probably would not have traded this anyway. I would have been looking for that $half break. It looks like she only hit 739, so it actually looks like she continued right up to 750. And this is when I called stock she. $half mark, and then she shoots up another 20 cents on you. I just don't like playing those. I actually look for those $half hold dollar breaks. Another one I had seen was TNXP. TNXP did pretty much the same thing. I was looking at patterns. She was just saying sending patterns throughout the pre-market. All these, it's low float March Madness, guys. I mean, these low floaters just went nuts all because of BTH over the course of this past week. But as you can see, she went up, hit 420. This is something I definitely would have played. I was actually watching this out of the funny backstory on why I said she all the time. It's because Devin used to call him she, and he still does. And it was just something that I just did because he did it. And then I remember a bunch of people kept saying, "Why are you calling it she?" And then I was like, "Yeah, that does sound kind of weird." The gate, I was just curious at what it would do, and I was just watching the scanners for everything else. So she hit and she kind of stalled right at the $4 mark, and then she decided to go right over it. And I'm looking for that, stall or halt mark, not halt obviously, but I'm looking for it to kind of slow down right after that big break. And this is the move we're looking for. Every time it extends, guys, the odds are if it's nice and quick, which always happens, near the bell, you're gonna get a retracement. And sure enough, not only did we get a retracement, but we got continuation. So if you got in, say anywhere up here, even just say 410 or 405. I mean, this sounds exactly like what I'm still doing. Couldn't play it. Another one. I mean, since then, there has been. I'll put this in the chat, by the way. Since then, there's micro adjustments here and there that you look for. Obviously, reading the price action is I'm a little better at now, like finding the actual jiggles that we call them, which is when the price is moving straight up. It's basically going straight up, ask, and then eventually it's going to hit a wall, and the bids will start getting hit, and then people, if it's still hitting the ask, bid, ask, that's a jiggle, right? It's a jiggle in the price. Most likely going to be a temporary top, and that's what I'm looking for. So that temporary top will then usually create some kind of a pullback, whether it's a small pullback, whether that is the top. You can start looking at volume as well. If it's a huge volume bar, more volume than it's had all day, into that jiggle. A lot of times that's going to end up being the top unless it's a volume out of nowhere where it's just starting. I mean, look at this example here on SBOT. It was moving up. You get the fast move, get up through 250, goes up to 290, which is a nice move. And look at the volume bars, right? They were ramping up, and the biggest volume bar was the top, right? It happens so often. And back then, I wasn't even looking at this. Like, I can guarantee you I wasn't looking at the volume. But I was looking for these previous resistance areas, which here it looks like it was about 230. I'm looking for the move and extension away from that. And if we can get a move and extension away from that, and up through a $0.50 or a whole dollar, I mean, that's like picture perfect, right? I mean, that it doesn't get much more A+ than that. If it's fast, extending away from previous resistance, and then goes through a $0.50 whole dollar, especially 20+ cents through it, I mean, it's beautiful, because in most cases, when you go through a $0.50 whole dollar, you're gonna get a retest of that area. It's just, it happens all the time. Like, that's what my strat is essentially based around, is looking for fast moves, because faster the move, weaker the trend, through key areas that are going to probably retest before it, and it could just go through those key areas and continue down, or it could bounce off that key area and try to continue higher. I don't know. But what I do know is that it's highly probable it's going to retest that key area. And the further extended you get away from previous resistance, to me, even the more highly likelihood that it's going to retest those areas. And a lot of times you'll, forget the $0.50 whole dollars, you'll get the retest of those previous
LCI,
resistance areas, just based off, people looking at basic support and resistance.
India.
This one was a little bit more obvious to me. I actually almost went. So I started, let's go to the chart. I'll just show you. It's pretty, I mean, I've done this before. It's so boring right now. I can go ahead and do this. Go to overview, and so 2021 is when I officially became profitable, right? It's when I officially started actually making money. But if I get rid of this and I show you my full trading journey, so this is what it looks like from 2021. This is the chart that you see on screen as well. But if I get rid of this, you're going to see what it looked like back from August of 2018 when I started until then, whenever it finally loads. I can do the line chart, which will probably look better. But I started with, and just while it's loading, it's so many trades. I started with $5,000. The very first day I traded, I lost $1,300. I know it says 682, but that's because I held an overnight position and I ended up making some of that back. Just so the way that it was in the journal, it comes through. But if I go back and show you the trades, I lost $1,300 my first day out of 5,000. I was back when I was trading on SureTrader, when that was a thing, and I was trying to trade like Ross, which obviously was a joke. I was up and down. This is when like IPOs, the last time IPOs were a big thing, I know IPOs were a big thing recently, was back here, kind of close to when I started, because I started playing the IPOs. Like, they would literally IPO and just go straight up. So one day, this big move up basically was me just buying an IPO in pre-market, like as it opened. Or I don't even know if it was in pre-market. I think one of these was just a pre-market trade that was a newer IPO, and then one was a new IPO, which was actually NIO. It was NIO. That when it opened, I just got in and it just started going up. So that was essentially what gave me this big spike up. Also trading bigger size because I had, no clue at this point. But February of 2019, after I took this big loss, I actually tried swing trading. And so I started coming down day trading, and then I tried swing trading, and I took a pretty big hit doing that. And then that's actually when I found Intensity Stockwatch Scanners, which was ISW. And that's when I started learning the strategy that I use now. As you can see, I kind of went sideways for a bit, and then I started coming up, and I actually had a pretty good streak going. So I started scaling up, like, oh, this is awesome. I'm going to start scaling. And I quickly found out that if you don't have any risk management while you're doing this, you can give back, what was this? Let's see. March until May. So 2 months. I gave back 2 months of profits in the matter of one trade. And I remember this trade. It was, this was OCX. This was MTSI. Yeah, this was MTSI. And at this point, I had dwindled my funds down from that 5,000 all the way down to, I think I had to like 2,100 before this MTSI trade. And then after commissions and fees and the trade itself on MTSI, I was at like 900. I was below the $1,000 mark. So I actually, if you look, June is missing in here. So from May to July, the end of May to the beginning of July, I took a break and paper traded. I just paper traded for a month, trying to figure out, how can I not let this happen again? Well, I realized quickly that I just was in a grinder. Back then I didn't really know what a grinder was, but I was in one. MTSI was a grinder. It just kind of kept making new highs. It would pull back a little bit and then make new highs. It was, a grinder. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go back to the way I was trading. And when I realize I'm in a grinder, I'll just cut it. So as you can see, that worked out really well. We got up here, started having like some smaller losses. I started getting confident that I'm not going to lose big anymore, because when I was taking losses, they were pretty small. And I was like, you know what? Let's start scaling again. You can start to see it kind of ski slope a little bit. So it starts to ski slope, and then we run into a VON trade, volume out of nowhere, which is LYV was the trade. It was an afternoon trade at like 2:30 in the afternoon. It just went straight up, and I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. So I jump in, I think it was like 5 shares, and I just kept hitting it 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. And before you know it, I was like 5, 5, 5, and then it was like 10, 10, 10. And then before you know it, I'm at 100 shares of something that was moving points at a time. And I'm like, uh-oh. And then before you know it, I'm down like $600. It attempts to pull back, comes nowhere near my average, like halfway down to where my average is at this point, and then starts to just curl so slowly, like super slow, and then goes high of day. So I end up cutting it. And I think I lost like $800 on that trade, which was, again, if we go to where we were, let's see, beginning of September to the beginning of December. So that was 3 months of profits gone in one trade. And I quickly realized I didn't fix the problem from back here on MTSI. So this whole year of 2020, where all the craziness happened, all of 2020, I spent trying so many different things, trying to trade the same way, but like no scaling in. Let's try one entry. Let's try making it a 1-to-1 risk reward. Let's try only adding on the backside. Like I tried everything. But I'm going to tell you right now, without this year, I never would have turned it into what you see now, because I basically figured out what doesn't work, right? That was the whole key behind this, is I figured out what doesn't work. And if I don't do that, I don't know what happens. But man, I wish LYV never happened, because 2020 is a year that would have been amazing had this been working. And, it obviously it didn't. So what you see is here. So the beginning of 2021 is when I realized none of this shit was working. I mean, look at me. I was just bleeding myself dry. Oh, so back here in July, after that mini blow up on MTSI, my grandmother passed away. And it was so weird, because I had $1,900 in my account. She literally left me and my brother $4,000, like even $4,000. And I was like, what is something trying to tell me? And I don't really believe in that stuff, but it was like, is this like a fresh start kind of thing? Blah, 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 blah. And, so I added the extra like 100 and whatever it was after the fee to wire it in. And I brought my account back to 5,000. Had it not been for that, I was doing umpiring. I was doing some other stuff on the side. I had the YouTube stuff going. Probably would have ended up having to quit. I wouldn't have had, or not quit, but paper trading for much longer, and etc. But anyways, during this is actually when I switched over to CMEG, and CMEG I was affiliated with, and that actually turned out to be really good. CMEG affiliation was paying fairly well, and it definitely kept me afloat. So a lot of people that have like full-time jobs, as they're learning how to trade, they can rely on that for the income. I didn't have a full-time job. I was just staying at home with the kids. And if you go back and watch some of my earliest videos, you'll see and hear that. And so as I was dwindling down like this, CMEG was keeping me alive. So I was down quite a bit in the account itself, but every month CMEG was putting that money into my account, and then I would withdraw anything on top of where I was previously, minus the losses that I had taken, that week or whatever. So I was always keeping my account at like that $5,000 mark, even though throughout that entire year I was kind of dwindling down. So if it wasn't for CMEG coming through kind of clutch, and as far as the affiliation goes, and ISW as well. CMEG paid really well, and ISW does as well, like when the affiliations are coming through. However, ISW wasn't as popular as CMEG was and used to be. So that was kind of what kept me afloat. And then when the 2021 started, I was just tired of it. I was literally just getting tired. I remember looking at my stats and I'm like, I was thinking about quitting. I was like, I'm not profitable. I'm nowhere near profitable. I'm actually going the opposite way of being profitable. And I started to look at this. Now let's keep it. I want to show you something. Let's do this. I want to show you what I was looking at when I was thinking this. Like this is the chart I was looking at when I was thinking about quitting and when I was just at my lowest when it came to my trading career. And again, this is the beauty of journaling, by the way. So here's the start. Here's where ISW was. Here's that first big loss on MTSI. Get it all back. Big loss on the LYV. And then I start dwindling down. So the beginning of 21 is coming up. It's the end of 2020. And, thinking resolutions, what we're going to be doing moving forward, et cetera, et cetera. My mind is in the gutter, right? I'm like, this sucks. What am I going to do? Should I keep doing this? Am I made out to do this? I don't, there's nothing else I enjoyed more than trading, but I was sucking. I couldn't become profitable. And during Christmas break, had an amazing time with the family, the wife, doing Christmas and spending time with family and, the 5 to 6 Christmases that we do every year. And I just had a lot of time to think, and like literally all those Christmas parties that we went to, and you spend time with the family. It was like when things were kind of slow. It's like all I could do was think about what I wanted to do with trading. And it just dawned on me. And I know this is a really elongated version of what you're asking, but I want you to understand what it took to get to where I am, and that just the strategy itself may not solve everything. It'll get you started, but I had the same strategy back here as I do now. I'm using the exact same strategy. And sure, over time, I've developed little nuances here and there, but it's essentially the same thing. So why didn't it work back here, but now it does, kind of thing? Well, this year was a little different because I was trying other stuff, but I come to realize during all that thinking over Christmas break that it was literally 2 trades, MTSI and LYV. You delete those 2 trades and this looks so different, right? You don't have this huge drawdown, and then you just continue from here up. So you're coming up here. You're probably around these all-time highs. And I'm not saying these losses wouldn't have happened, but was there any way to negate those? And I've went back and replayed MTSI, and I can right now, actually, if I want to, on TradingView. And I can show you how and this actually might be a good video idea, how I would trade that now. Like, how would I trade MTSI now if it were to happen exactly as it did then? And I would have lost minute amount compared to what I would have back then, or what I did back then. And with LYV, there's no effing way I would have scaled in the way that I did now, right? So these 2 big losses were not only my fault, had nothing to do with the strategy. They were my fault. One, for scaling into a grinder that I had no business being in after a certain point, and scaling too heavy, too fast into a volume out of nowhere on the first candle. So that's why I actually don't trade volume out of nowheres on the first candle, or at least that first minute, because if that thing goes straight into a halt, and the news is that good, that thing could gap up and blow your account. I mean, it could. Like, you don't know what it's going to do if it goes straight into a halt. The news could be a $20 stock that just got bought out at $100. Like, you don't know what it is. So unless you do know what it is, which if you care about the news is fine. But my way of dealing with that is I just don't trade it right away. So if it doesn't go directly into a halt, like there's clearly no one selling, everyone's buying, and it goes right into a halt, I'm going to wait. Where something that like LYV, it did try to halt. It was a $70-some stock and it went up and tried to halt. But it didn't. They kept playing with it and it ended up just grinding higher. But that doesn't really matter. So I am the one that lost these trades. The strategy is not what lost these trades. On top of that, I am also the one that didn't have a plan for when things got out of control. So how do we fix that? Believe it or not, me and David would talk nonstop about this constantly. Me and David were talking all the time, and we're just trying to figure out how to become profitable traders. And the idea of a max loss comes up. And I'm like, wow, a max loss. What could a max loss do for me? And so, at this point, I had never really thinking about a max loss, but he brought it up and I just started thinking about it. And I'm like, well, if I go back to those two trades and I put like, a max loss of, 6x what I'm making on an average day, what would that be? And back here, it would have been like a couple $100, and same here. And I start looking at this and I'm like, well, if I only lost a couple $100, I wouldn't even went below even here. If I only lost a couple $100 here, I would have barely made a dent. I would have barely got to my previous highs from back here. And I'm like, huh. Well, the only thing that's really changed from when I was trading back here, besides the little nuances, is that I have a max loss now. It basically saves me from these 2 to 3 month givebacks from ever happening. When the market's slow and then you get some outlier and I'm only having small wins for a while, it is possible to give back a whole month because that month was just that slow. But if we're having like normal, decent days, day in and day out, where you're making goal or just a little under goal, like when you hit that max loss, it should be no more than like, I want to say like 5 to 10 days worth of like average green days. Because this strategy allows for that. There's some strategies like Devin, he trades almost the exact opposite, where he has such small risk any given trade. And again, he's a little, I don't understand how he does what he does. But if we get rid of this and we go back, you'll see that every time I took a loss from, actually, let me just do the beginning of January. Every time I took a loss, minus when I went on tilt with Tesla, it was small. And these were max losses. There's like 5 or 6.
Russia's Putin says we will defend more seriously if there is more danger.
So as I'm coming up here, like this drawdown here at the time was a max loss for me. And look at what it did. It doesn't look like anything. This one I don't think was a max loss. This one was, because I think I was trying to make like $30 a day. Like, so when I first started this, I was like, I'm just going to start small and I'm just going to work my way up there. So $150 I think was my max loss on the day. So I was doing 5x. And I mean, look at what they did. It was like nothing, right? And some days I'd be making more than that $30. I'd be making $40, $50. So it was only taking me 2-3 days to make that back. I mean, these are max losses. Like even up here, you can see I was starting to scale up. That was a max loss. And then this was just Tesla. That was just, so up here, the market started getting slow. And if you look, this is actually February 24 all the way to the beginning of April. And I was barely moving, even though I was going up, I was still going up, but that's because I was only getting like 1 or 2 trades a day. And because my strategy, what I look for wasn't really popping up that much. Like those fast moves, they just weren't happening. The market just sucked. And so I was watching Brian and David, and I was watching all these other people like trade these like slower movers that were still extending. And the difference is they were starting so small in their trades that if it did start to move against them, they had so much room to add to these things. But what I attempted to do was abandon just waiting for the fast ones and just use my same size and attempt to trade these slower movers that were extended. And wouldn't you know it, this is actually 3 separate big losses. One was Veru, one was GPS, and then this steep decline was me trying to long Tesla. And I'm pretty sure I went on tilt because I was only down like $300 on Tesla. And then I literally ended my stream and I lost $700 in like the next 15 minutes. Like it was just bad. I went on tilt, emotional tilt. But I had $1,000 max loss on my account so that I could not go past that. So it's scary to think that if I didn't have that max loss on my account, where would I have been overall, you know, like before, right? Would I have had another cliff on like given everything back? I don't know. And thankfully I had the max loss on the account, so that didn't happen. But it's very frustrating because I lost like $2,000 here in the matter of 2 weeks, all on 3 trades. And they were all because I tried to do something different, right? I tried to go out of my edge. I tried to do what other people were doing, and I paid for it. So what did I do? I went right back to what I was doing before this whole time, right? I said, screw that. I'm not doing it. I learned my lesson. I went on tilt, emotional tilt on Tesla, trying to long it, which I guarantee maybe 0.05% of these trades are longs throughout here. It's just not something I do. And then it was just a bit of bad luck too, because I mean, anytime you look at Tesla, God, look at IGC.
Roy's reporting Delta Airlines,
Dang
Pennsylvania.
IGC.
But anytime you look at Tesla, I mean, usually when you get big dips, it always seems to recover and give you some sort of a bounce, right? I mean, it's just Tesla. It's kind of what it does. But that day, Elon was selling all of his shares and said, F you, and I got screwed because that's the day I decided to trade it. But it doesn't matter. It happened. But then I said, let's go back to what we were doing. As you can see, it's working. And here was a max loss on ACAM, which I actually took a bunch of slippage on. So I actually changed my per trade max loss to 500 and then daily max loss to 1,000. So I was able to basically, if I did take a max loss on a trade, I could still trade and then give myself room to keep trading, essentially. However, ACAM happened, and I remember hitting it pretty heavy, and it went up and skipped through my stop. And I remember at the top, I should have lost like 520 or something like that, and I ended up losing like 730. Like that's how much slippage I had. But I did have a little bit heavier share size because that last ad, I tried to get it to where my average got up as high as I could, and if it worked, it would have been an amazing trade. However, it didn't work, and we took a big hit. So this trade was going to happen regardless, right? That's a trade. I think a lot of us actually took a loss on that one in the room. But it happens, right? That's why we put the max losses in place there. And that's what this is for. Now imagine what this would look like had I not taken those 3 trades. And there's a way to do that in this awesome little thing that we call a journal. You can go to the management thing, trades to avoid. You can hit mistakes. And I went and labeled those 3 as whoops. And so if we add that, you're going to see that it'll give you a separate line of what your P&L would look like. And so this is pretty awesome because I can see that if I wasn't stupid and didn't take those trades like I shouldn't have, we'd still be pacing pretty well. That ACAM trade was obviously still going to happen, but obviously the curve would look a lot better, you know, if you get rid of those 3 trades. But essentially what I'm getting at is that's how far I've come. It's a story in itself. And if you go back, if we change this date to when I started ISW, which is where I consider like my actual journey starting, which was February of 2008. And I always remember it's February 8th because that was one of the first videos I put on my YouTube channel. It was like, I know when I joined ISW because that's when I started my YouTube channel. And if we look at this and we also get rid of this, if you kind of shape this, does this look like anything familiar to you? Does it maybe kind of sort of look like the Dunning-Kruger effect? Or go up, come all the way back down, and then we move our way back up? Does it look a little similar? Pretty crazy, right? Get the big move at the beginning. You get to the peak of Mount Stupid. You go all the way down into the Valley of Despair, the slope of enlightenment, and then the plateau of sustainability, right? So I can't make this shit up. I am literally living proof of the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's a real thing. So that is how far we have come. And that is where I started. I want to actually watch the rest of that video.
Along on this, right in this area. This is an old strategy I used to play, but I'm trying to stick to my rules right now, guys. So I'm looking long term. I'm not looking for quick bucks. But as you can see in the pre-market, she shot up. She came down, started the U up, didn't finish it. So the odds are she's probably gonna drop off at the bell, which she did. She actually found support though, and then she started coming back up. And to me, when she breaks this level, this is something I used to look for.
So yeah, that's my story. Adelie's been here for most of it. Why isn't it letting me post
resistance level? She's in, breaks the $2 mark. She's gone. So right here, I was looking once she got over 192, which is the high. I would have been looking to get long there, like as close to that as possible.
I do need to make a current video of my strategy, but to be completely honest, I've been
as you can see, she came up, she broke that, she broke the whole dollar.
Thinking more of the monetized route lately, just for passive income, like I was talking about earlier. And so I don't know if I necessarily want to give it away for free at this point, because it could be worth some money. But I don't know, we'll see.
And the last one, I actually will edit this in right at the end. I hypothetically traded this. I pulled it up because the scanner was going nuts, and I saw it and was like, wow, this is beautiful. And I saw it came right up to 247. I was like, I can't touch it. In my head I'm saying I can't touch it. I need this over 250. She shoots over 250, and everything happened real fast. I was looking at the level 1 over here, and I definitely hit it while I saw 260 something. And you'll see in the trade, where I believe I would have gotten in and got out. And I always give myself, when I'm hypothetically trading, like the worst entries and exits, just so that I humble myself a little bit. But as you can see, just one last example, this was she extended and we get the retracement. So that's my strategy, guys. That's my pop and strop. I can't talk today. It's Friday. I'm excited. My oldest is turning 3 this weekend. Not as excited for the little one. He's going through some issues right now. Hopefully those will get figured out. But this is my strategy, guys. Pop and drop. Just looking for that big pop. I usually look for the $0.50 and the whole dollar, and then I'm looking for that retracement. As you can see, we got a nice one here.
God, I was such an idiot and didn't turn off the scanners.
I'd like it closer to 250, obviously. There we go. I'm just gonna quick retract on this. Not gonna give us an entry. Hopefully we get to shoot up right over 250. That's what we want here. But she's already pretty extended.
Is this a live trade? Like, was this while I was talking, or did I edit this? Or did I pull it up because the scanner was going silly? I think it was. I just pulled it up. I wonder, do I trade it?
I'm just gonna quick retract on this. Not gonna give us an entry. Hopefully we get to shoot up right over 250.
I have it in the title.
I would not be right through. Go.
A little spready.
Maybe looking to get out. Okay, if she wants to go more, power to her. She's super extended here. I really wish I could play this. This would have been my play of the day.
Oh, I don't have shares on it. So did I say I would have got in? Let me see.
Right here, okay. And feeling it. Right here, we're in. Somewhere in there, 260 something.
So I know I've been watching this on 2x. Let's go back. Can I make this better quality?
Right here.
Yeah.
Here, okay. And feeling it. Right here, we're in.
So this is actually a decent example of exactly what I was talking about. So it's extending away from this previous resistance, which is at 220. I'm looking for it to go fast on some volume up through a key area, which is a $0.50 whole dollar. So that's literally what we're waiting for. It's what it does here. Goes through 250, up through 260, up to 270. Now, I told you I'm looking for that jiggle. The jiggle is when it stops going straight up and it starts to blah, blah, blah. Like people start selling, people start shorting, people start hitting the bid essentially. So it could be people that got in for the break of 220. It could be people that chased it up. It could be people looking to short it like me. There's a lot of people that eventually are going to be like, okay, this is high enough. And they're going to start hitting the bid to sell. And so that's what you're looking for. But at the same time, you're still going to have the idiots, the retail idiots that are still going to be trying to buy this thing. It could be people getting squeezed out of short positions. It could be just retail still buying it, thinking it's going to go to 3, whatever it may be. And so that's all we're essentially looking for. So I say I'm in. So if we go back and watch it one more time, see if you can see the jiggle. So up through 250, still going up, still going up, still going up, still going up. And now, look, see it? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And I say, there we're in. So we're looking for that. Now, does it go back up to the highs and go through? I don't know, right? It could, but that's going to make the opportunity look even better. And then that's why you scale into a position, because then the more you build into a position based
If she
off
wants
of
to go
something
more,
going straight
power
up,
to her.
then
She's-
that's awesome. But let's fast forward and see what actually happens.
We'll say 240.
Oh, all right, good.
Looking for this to go at least under 250 again. Here we go. This is where if I had share size, I'd be looking to take half right here. We'll say 240. Or we'll even say 245 just for sake.
So again, on the way down, so this is actually something I really learned, and this is something I didn't know back then, or even know to look for, was you're looking for that jiggle on the way up, right? And you know it's highly probable you're going to get a retest of a key area, which in this case is 250, or even that previous resistance at 220. But the odds of it going all the way back down to 220 right away are very improbable, which would be, to me, the full move back down to previous resistance. Usually that's going to take at least coming down, looking for some sort of a bounce, a lower high, and then come down. But it does happen, but in this case, I'm always looking for about half the move. If I would have got up through 270, I'm probably looking for 250. If I get it under 270, I'm probably looking for the break of 250. But on that break of 250 is where you're looking at the price action. The price action is so key on these pullbacks because you can start to see, are the buyers stepping in, trying to buy this and take it back up, or are buyers not stepping in and the selling is still there, and it's going to maybe go down to that previous resistance quicker than we thought. And this is something that I am actually really concentrated on learning myself right now. Like, this is something that I have struggled with. It's something that's kind of new to me. The idea that I judge price action on the way up, looking for that jiggle, but I was never judging price action on the way down, feeling if I think it's going to be something that's worth continuing to the downside. However, if we watch this on 10X, you can see as it comes down, it's going to do that same type of jiggle move that it did up at the top. It's just, it's pulling back. So it's a little bit different, but at the same time, so I took that off and it was actually not bad, but I still don't feel like that was a great indication of it jiggling. It was still kind of like pushing its way down. And this is where you can really maximize your profits and be a little bit more patient, which is something I've always struggled with. When it's inching its way down, you're essentially waiting for it to stop doing that. You're waiting for people to start hitting the ask again instead of the price going down penny by penny in this case. It's no different than when the price is going up. Price is going up, you're looking for it to stop and start going the other way. When it's coming back down, you're going to look for it to do the same thing. So as you can see, it starts to go down a little bit lower, but there you go. So see how it's starting, it's a little spready as well too. But you can see somebody sitting right there under 40 saying, okay, that's probably the bottom for now, right? We might try to move back up. And that right there, that move itself, the entry above 260, the push down to 250 and through, so, you can take it before 250 if that's, the more probable play. That's all I'm looking for, right? A lot of times I look to take 50 to 75% right there because that is the high probable play. That is my edge, is to look for that move up to the top and then that pullback. That's it. When that happens, my edge is now gone, right? That was my edge, is looking for that pullback after the intense move. What it does after that, I've always said this, I don't really care, right? I'm usually down to leftovers, if I scaled incorrectly or hit the top or whatever it may be. So if it wants to continue down and pay me more, down to like this previous resistance at 220, that's awesome. If it goes back to high day, I'm cutting it, right? It would suck. A lot of times I won't even let it go through my break even. But lately I've been trying to use high of day because, especially in the market we're in, it's been having trouble getting back through high of day. In the middle of last year, I think it was, it had no problem like going up and faking out high of day all the time. And I would get stopped out all the time only to watch it come crashing down after that. The typical fake out breakout, after it tried to go higher again. And it still happens now, but it's been happening less frequently because we just haven't had the volume to get back up to the highs. But essentially, that's all I look for. Anything after this pullback to me is a 50-50. Are the buyers actually going to step in and take it higher? I don't know. I don't know. Are the sellers going to step in and drive it lower? Are the buyers just not going to show up and let it go lower? Are the sellers not going to show up and just let it go higher? You don't know these things, right? That's the beauty of trading. All you can do is put yourself in a statistical probable edge that you can find over and over again and just extract it on a daily basis. And that's, it's funny that coming back to this video, that literally is all I look for. And then as far as like how you find your entry size and stuff like that, everybody has a different way of doing it. That's all kind of like the secondary stuff. Like that's the stuff that you should know anyway, and kind of figure out what works best for you. But the overall edge that I imply is fast moves. It has to be moving fast. If it's moving fast, the idea of it continuing to go fast forever to the upside is just statistically improbable. I mean, you can look at almost any chart that has a fast move. I mean, even IMTE wasn't that fast, but what does it do? Bigger candles, move down. Bigger candles, move down. Then when they grind, it's a little bit easier for it not to come back down, right? Then it's just a matter of when, you know, buyers let loose. I don't know. What was the one we traded? IGC. Bigger candle, move back down, right? This one, we scaled out. It worked out well. I was actually going to try to hold these last shares for low of day just because I know it's IGC and it tends to do that. But LCID, bigger moves. And this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Bigger move, got the pullback. But look what it did after that. It grinded higher, went through the highs, tried to pull back, and then went higher again, right? So what it does after that pullback that I'm looking for, I don't know what it's going to do. I don't know if it's going to IGC all the way back down to low a day. I don't know if it's going to go high of day and just grind up to $20 for the rest of the day. You don't know. You don't. No one knows. No one knows. Maybe the big money knows what they're doing, but even the big money doesn't know that if they're the ones pushing this price up and they finally decided to sell into the 1750 area, they don't know even after they get out what it's going to do. Is it just going to die off because they're not propping it anymore, or have enough buyers and momentum stepped in to drive this thing up to 20? Like even they don't know that. So there's a lot to be said when it comes to people that try to judge like the overall market, because to me, that's very 50-50. But what I do know is it's highly improbable that when you get a really fast move to the upside, it's probably going to come back down. So what is IMTE doing right now? So IMTE is trying to speed up. I don't think we have shares on. Oh, we still have some shares. So you could draw a line, previous resistance right here, right? And you'd be looking for this to extend. I'd be looking, and you'd be looking for a whole dollar, half dollar, right? So you got previous resistance, and then you look for a key area. So right now, I would want this to extend away and at least get up towards 2. Now, because the range on this is a lot smaller, this is one I'd probably have no problem starting at like, 195, 197, something like that, because the odds of it getting up to 2 all in one shot and going through are not great. But if it does, guess what? You scale in, right? You can bring your average up, and that's where risk management and all that other stuff comes into play, and that's the beauty of it. However, hold on, what is this TMC?
TMC up.
Daily looks like poop. 200 is at 150. That's just something. If it's anywhere close to the price, the 200 on the daily, I'll just kind of mention it to myself just to keep it as a frame of reference if we were to get there. But like this IMTE, here we go back to single charts. This IMTE, I mean, if it just does this, I'm just not interested, because that's, to me, that's not a high probable play. Like there's no way that I can assume that this is going to go 4 cents through high of day and then just fail. It's just not what I look
Dang,
for.
thought we were NTB there, so didn't pull it up in time. When I did pull it up, which was right away, it was already down here.
I mean, I pulled this up right away and it was already down here, so I wouldn't have got in this at that top right there anyway. I would have been looking for up through 130s for sure. But that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
As long as you look for fast moves and they're extended, the odds are it's going to pull back. Now, when it pulls back, that's a different story, and that's where your risk management comes in, and that's where being patient and scaling and all that stuff comes into play. But I think I answered your question. Good old blue chips. The pop and drop? Yeah, that's what I used to call it. I still kind of call it that. I mean, because that's what it is. You're looking for a pop, And then the drop. All right, let's turn some music back on. Or
The top.
see
right
what I say
there.
there.
This
I'm
was
gonna
a
put it
pretty
back on
obvious
2x.
one.
Oh, it's actually 12 o'clock.
50. Good. If she pops over 250, look to just kind of take the rest of our profit.
You can see the kid show in the background.
There we go. There's a break. Beautiful. So sad I couldn't short this. Still holding this just to see if she wants to retract back towards VWAP at this point. Here we go. Remember, it would just be half shares and a 260. So it would be 150 shares most likely. So I'm only trading 300 right now. There we go. Break into the 20s. And we're going to take the rest right here. So we'll say 230. All right. So we
And now it's crazy. It happened faster because I'm watching it a little over 2x, but you could see it jiggling there at 225. I'm just so used to watching it at faster speed, but you could see it jiggling there, and I had good instincts back then. Like I said, that's where I'm going to take the rest of it because it felt like it was going to bounce again.
We'll say 245 and 230. So
curious. So this.
So that was my hypothetical. So not bad.
Oh, so
Sorry, guys. So
I was actually right.
Yeah, next.
So I actually cut here, but look, right after I said I got out, this thing actually went all the way back up to 250. So that's what I'm talking about now, where I don't think I was doing it on purpose. But reading that price action on the way down can maximize your profits, right? You can allow it to go a little further when you realize that the selling pressure isn't really done. And then you can also get out when you realize that the buying pressure is stepping up. And again, whether this got up to 250 and goes through and goes back to high day or comes back down and does what it does, I don't know. I don't know. To me, that is such a 50-50 type trade. I'm just not willing to risk it. I would argue that it's more of a 55-45 trade, that it is going to continue down because you had the big extension and you're most likely going to come down and always retest that previous resistance before it decides to move higher. But if it's a strong move and a strong ticker and the buyers step in, none of that shit matters, right? So after you get the probable move of that pullback, I don't want to guess what it's going to do, right? That's not where my edge is. But that's all I got. Don't forget to like. No, just kidding.
Hope you guys are having a good day.
I'm curious how I ended this.
Smash that like button. I don't know why I just said smash because all the other YouTubers do, but I'd appreciate it if you guys like and subscribe. And
yeah, smash that like button.
Let me know that you guys are actually enjoying what you're watching. If you have any questions or comments, wow, look at this thing go. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and maybe we can start a discussion and we'll go from there. But have a great weekend and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Oh yeah, it's the one I had the end screen. Oh, the old logo. Life is simple. You make choices and you don't look back. You want to know what's funny? Since then, I don't know. You guys will be able to make it out. Well, I kind of got it. The camera like wouldn't turn. I got that up on my screen or my wall. No, I didn't mean to X that out. What's up, traders? It's Friday. No shares available. Now I'm curious real quick. I'm going to go back. I think it was CLF was like the first like good one that I actually recorded live.
She looks like she's topping here. I'm going to take a stab at this. It's 150 shares.
I guess you guys can see.
She's really topping here. We're just looking for a quick flush because if she's not done, we don't want to.
This is back when I used time and sales and everything.
Like after OCX, I'm just playing small size here. Just kind of getting my feet back in the water. Get my feet wet.
Feet back in the water.
Russia's Putin says if you need gas,
So, I mean, the idea was good here, right? It didn't really give us too much of a pop through 12. Previous resistance all the way down here, 1160. And it came back down through 12, but I was watching it there. It did feel like it wasn't going to continue down. And as you can see, yeah.
Just getting my feet wet again. Obviously small size, so it looks like green is green, right? Again, keep looking for a descending triangle. Possible.
Yeah, I think that was literally the only trade I took that day. Oh.
Yeah, you're good at that. And that's the flush we were. Yeah, you're good at that. Kept me out of the trade. You want to wear the headphones? Yeah. You want to wear the headphones? Yeah. And Daddy have his headphones on. Alright, hold on. Let Daddy finish up, okay? Come here. You want to sit with me? Yeah. You want to wear the headphones? Yeah. Hey, look. Just like normal, you kept me out of a trade.
There was no malice behind that. I mean,
And
this was a
that's the
descending
flush we
triangle.
were
I
looking
probably
for,
wasn't going to
guys.
take that anywhere.
Yeah, that would have been really nice. Look at that. See the red bar going down? Yeah, that would have been pretty cool to be a part of that one, huh? Yeah, so one day you'll learn. Can you hear it?
This is literally making me cry hearing him.
Yeah. Alright, well, maybe we'll have to cut it and go further into the video. What do you say? Yeah? Because now we missed that trade. Yeah, it's okay. So you're more important. You know that. You're wearing the headphones? Okay, hold on.
Okay, I can't watch. I'm going to cry too much if I keep watching. Such a baby. Best moves away from VWAP, then pulls back towards typically happens. Book I read, Andrew Aziz. That's one of his strategies. Makes a lot from it. It looks like she's popping here. I wonder how much she got to monetize back in the day. Actually, never. That's funny, though. All right, 12 o'clock. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for lunch or if I'm even going to eat lunch, but I am going to just hang out in the Discord. So if you would like to continue talking, come hang out in the Discord. Links down below. You can also find me on Twitter if you want to talk that way. You can always comment on the recap video that I'll post later. James, nice to meet you. Addedly see you. Bangkok, thanks for joining the membership thing, which is that join button down below if you want to go ahead and do that. And yeah, I will hope you guys have a good weekend. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys Monday. Peace.
So happy when I'm not with you, but then you saw me.